We're the
I'm
best.
getting a little cold.
You all are
Again.
the best. I'm spoiled.
Okay.
It's gonna be a fun summer.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Mhm.
You might lose me for a second.
Is up. Lornichka, are you in there? Okay. You hear us
Yep.
all right? Everything working good?
Fernando.
For now.
Someone's dying.
Lauren Hiromi, did you level up Hiromi okay?
I'm actually doing that right now because I
Mhm.
forgot.
Oh, you forgot to do your homework.
Yep, I did.
Did you get anything cool, Warden? Anything exciting?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, actually pretty exciting. And nobody knows about this. So you can't metagame it. I can understand all spoken languages now.
Ooh.
And speak them.
I can't wait for you to be like, oh, I understand. And I'll be like, no, you don't. And you're like, I have an ability. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Damn, now you can hear what Akuma says under his breath.
Yeah. And I'm not telling anybody that I have
You be
that
talking.
ability.
He be talking mad shit.
He's so scrawny. Needs more meat on his bones.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
All right.
Lives up yet.
Okay. I think that's all just like last. Any other level up questions?
Mm-mm.
All right. So, what's been going on? You all have been on the hunt for the killer of the Queen of the Giants and the disappearance of the King of the Giants. Your clue bringing you with the giant Harshnag, who you left behind because he's so big and would have been very noticeable on this cruise, this midsummer soiree put on by a gentleman named Lord Casper. It's supposed to be kind of a facade of the Seelie versus Unseelie, and this Fae theme to it. Lo and behold, in the middle of all that, though, there was an actual Archfey by the name of Dom, who we learned last time is the son of Titania and Oberon, king and queen of the Seelie courts in the Feywild, in the land of Fairy. And so he caught eye of a Mischief Archie, challenged him. You all backed up Archie, so it was the Misfits to Morai versus the Archfey, the Prince Archfey Dom, during this soiree. During which I'm gonna leave the King Giant stuff at the end because that'll probably be what you guys need to reinforce the most. So during the prank war, oh my goodness, what was the first prank that you all pulled off? Even I don't remember. But I know Megan was here for that, but I just need to refresh on my own. What? I know it was an accumulation.
Remember the poop?
Poop, yes.
The
And then you
poop chocolate.
stopped him from doing something to the pilot in the front. Yeah, yours was an accumulation. I don't think did you guys have a big set piece for the first one? I don't remember now.
I think it was just a bunch of smaller things.
Smaller things
Mhm.
wrapped up to it. And then you failed. No, you succeeded on that one, but you failed the next one where there was the big pranks on for a lot involved. Dom's was pretty simple. Let's get his out of the way. He put Filter of Love, essentially, and love potions in a champagne toast. And then Lorelei had put alchemical ingredients to turn people's teeth different colors. And Warden threw off smoke bombs and thunderclapping in the middle of it. Archie iconically did a speech and gathered an army of rats to create mischief and chaos in that defining moment. Can't remember anybody else's little touches on that.
Oh,
The coloring, right?
teeth.
Was
Yeah.
that mentioned?
Yeah,
That was
yeah, I
what-
did
yeah.
mention the teeth. Yeah,
Oh,
Lorelei's
well.
alchemical.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Dom succeeded in that one, and so then we moved on to the next portion of it. And he teased Archie at one point. You found him with Queen Tiger. He told you what he was going to do, which was to attempt to send the whole ship to the Feywild, and almost was kind of tempting Archie just to let it happen, enjoy the chaos. And there's a glimpse behind the curtain of his mad plan. But Archie and the party chose to still step in the way of that and interfere, and also trying to understanding what his big shindig was, try to come up with something yourselves, which was, let's beach the ship, create a spectacle of between Hiromi and Ishka doing a grand fight, another of Hiromi of Kujikura battle in front of all these rich and powerful for the second time, and Lorelai was also just like trying to rile everyone up to like everything's going crazy, like chaos, right? Did I capture that feeling correctly? That was your intent, was just like brewing chaos.
Absolutely.
So,
just whipping up a frenzy.
Yeah, and so in the middle of that, as the ship crashed, as the dueling was taking place, people were losing their minds, like, that's Hiromi of Kuzakura, oh my. We cut down to below deck, where Samaris, you had taken interest in following Dom around, so at least for that last portion, I kind of put you in that role of, I'm going to try and track down Dom and find him. And so narratively, you helped identify Dom as an illusion, as he was in the same space that Archie had found him, and you pointed out that it was an illusion, and therefore Archie was able to spot invisible Dom and wrestle this Feywild shard that he was going to use and pull it from him. And then Archie broke it with a very good strength check. And when that broke, there was just this chaotic wild magic surge, essentially. And half of the attendees have turned into animals. In my mind, it's not, I know we had discussions about it could be a dragon, but it's supposed to be harmless. So again, not to hold you guys up in this narrative too much longer. So what I imagine is a lot of farm animals. There's a chicken, there's a donkey, there's a cow. Like, there's just all of a sudden, there's going to be all these people around. And so you're all up there, Hiromi, Ishka, you guys are fighting. People are like, ooh, people are crying. It's like, how are we going to get home? Like, this is great entertainment. There's still the two over there who's like, all right, we ate way too much of them chocolate rabbits. So that, like, there's just chaos everywhere. And Dom flipped the coin, this coin that has a satyr and a elvish woman on each side. Previously, he showed it to you that he can kind of manipulate it to show like, oh, it's now two satyrs. No, now it's two elvish ladies, like a trick coin. So he flips the coin to Archie. And that's, I don't think he really said anything. I believe that's where we will end up at. Oh, fun. Another part of all of this was the Calum Galinda arc, where Calum had been tasked with keeping Galinda Raventree, Lorelai's arch, I don't say arch rival, but class rival, another noble from Waterdeep.
She's like a frenemy. She's like one of those people like in your, in your social, like extended social group, but you like low key hate. I mean, definitely like kind of like, she's not like an actual rival because Lorelai doesn't think that she's like important or capable.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she's just your catty acquaintance.
Yeah,
your
bitch
acquaintance.
Trying to get you killed.
I feel
Real
like
Housewives of Waterdeep, 100%.
With the what?
100%. Samaris, Megan just tossed in Real Housewives of Waterdeep in chat.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I feel like I'm her arch rival, but she's like an annoyance.
That's totally fair. Like, yeah, I think that's a better way to describe it. And so she drank the potion of love, fell in love with Lorelai, while Calum had been for the good of the party trying to seduce her or distract her. But then he took the potion and then fell in love with her for real, or quote unquote real, by the power of the potion. So we had some very dramatic. Thank you guys for bearing with my. I love being over melodramatic, and those are some of my favorite scenes, just especially knowing that it's all under a compulsion. And so there was like these, sad scenes and bittersweet breakup between Calum and Galinda. Calum in his depression or in his sadness uses his rod, and he teleported to this magical, this world of his own. It was like this exaggerated form of the bastard, and there's this robot artificed construct serving him, and just kind of drank away his sorrows a little bit. An important narrative point, though, is that we did see a moment in all the silliness of Calum wrestling with an old instinct, and the Misfits and Megan Samaras got this firsthand. His taste to feed seems to be coming back for some reason, and so we all as players saw him struggle with that. But I don't think any PCs have seen him or hinted at it. And so so then Galinda also spilled her heart out and her confusion of conflicting emotions to Lorelai, who just kept like knowing what was going on, like strung her along, and made the most out of that benefit. No one still has found that Lord Casper's dead so far, quote unquote, so far.
Can't wait for that little reveal.
Yeah. Anything about the prank war and all of that? Anybody want to mention? And then I'll kind of reinforce the giant plot. Yeah. So, Lorelai snuck in to Lord Casper's, as we all know, found curious writings. There was this figure named that seems to be alluding to a leader of some sort, but there's no correspondence. A telepathic message and presence pushed in on Lorelai, but she was able to resist it at a certain point. But after her mind was just kind of sifted through, if I remember correctly, and so, but she still was able to eventually break free. But an important detail is that though whatever this creature is not probing or is not connected to you, that you think you still have a kind of simply put GPS tracker. Just so you understand for your plans.
You can follow this along.
Yeah, you know the direction of where the thoughts are coming from. And you'll watch this Lord Casper, for some reason, sensing something was up, entered that room, and then while you were out there, he fell dead. Fell over, just died. So yeah, that you have your next big clue on the giant side of things. Okay.
Rip poor Jelly.
Yeah, no. Poor Jelly. And also rip Speak with Animals. That was probably I really enjoyed the Speak with Animals with the rats and the cat so much. I felt like that was the most Disney any of my sessions ever come, like talking with animals in this very like cartoonishly exaggerated scene with these animals. I freaking loved it. I thought it was a nice change of pace. And I'm sad that Speak with Animals is now gone.
For an hour. Well,
for an hour. No, that's fair. Yeah. Any questions, consideration, comments before we'll step back into the scene with Dom having just flipped the coin to Archie. And so Susan, you are below deck on the west end of the screen. I'll just move your to everyone's token so we all have a good sense of spacing of where everyone was. Warden, you're probably just on the main deck after having sheathed. He did was it your javelin of lightning that cut off like half the I almost said horse, half the oars.
No, it was the staff.
It was the staff. Okay. So Hiromi, you're up here fighting. Ishka, you're up here fighting. Lorelai, you're creating a spectacle. Calum, you have just come back. Galinda's probably up here too, watching the scene as she's realizing the potion's wearing off. Where's Archie's token?
Right next to Galinda.
Oh, right here.
North of Galinda.
Oh, I have a token underneath the GM layer. You're hiding.
We start roll 20.
All right. You catch the coin in your hands. Well done. And Dom's invisibility just breaks. And Samaras and Archie, you hear what was a cacophony of voices now mixed with, as half the voices went from like, oh my, oh gosh, what's happening, to meh. and you hear like a rooster crow suddenly, and you hear from on the deck, and you hear like hoofs and scratching, and people begin to kind of scream and kind of freak up upstairs.
Oh my god.
And you hear, I think some have like the oars folks on your deck. You see like a chicken come in and kind of look at you all curiously, and then turn and walk away. I must say I like that result. Did you have the break-ins?
He looks down at the broken shard. Yeah, I kind of panicked on that. Sorry. And he just hands it back to him.
That's just trash now. We can just... And you hand it to him, he just drops it on the ground where he's standing. Congratulations to the two of you. And you and your group. I must say I'm a bit disappointed. I like to collect things, but not everything's meant to be. It was very entertaining.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time. And he turns to Samaris. Samaris, did you know that he was trying to keep me, like, forever?
She just rolls her eyes.
Oh yeah, I guess that is worth noting. There was props to Lauren. She was just like, as Archie, like, Warden comes up, she's like, yeah, Samaris thinks, like, he's going to take me forever. And Warden's like, are you stupid? He's going to take you forever. It was great, RP.
Anyway, yeah, the whole forever thing. Listen, don't ever ask that of me again, because I'm not going.
Oh, temptation is temptation. You're all very tempting now. I've got to know you all as a collective. We could have negotiated on terms, I guess, but that would have been so boring. Well, in your hand there, that coin, it's got your wish in it. Just, you don't have to promise me, but I beg you, please do something stupid with it. Chaotic. Don't be wise with it. Don't be safe.
Archie looks at him and he's kind of like squinting his eyes, and then the glances at Samaris. Is this like reverse psychology or something?
Oh, now you take time to think through. Is
No, that's a plea.
We will
I need you here.
And Samaris
I need my
looks at
manager.
Tom and like just like looks him straight in the eye. I promise you, we will do the stupidest fucking thing we can think of with this.
He kind of smiles. He gives you like a very genuine, like content smile. He's like, he closes his eyes, takes a breath. He's like, yes, I believe that that's a possibility. Well, I'm bored. That was fun.
Can I give you a tip for next time?
Sure.
Maybe don't try to plan forevers with young men who you can tell don't even know what pants they're wearing tomorrow.
If you guys look over to Archie, he's like in his pocket, like petting something. He's like, yes, you're a good boy. You're a good boy.
Ignorance is its own kind of chaos. And you have to take advantage of that whenever you come across it in the wild. So I cannot
Touche.
promise that. Especially when that ignorance comes with so much power. You all are much more than meets the eye. Does your group have a name?
Wait a minute. He's like, you see every brain cell of his working. Could I do a history check on like Faye? He never did this. He's never done this before, but
Sure.
he's got like It's the Blood Hunter thing.
Yeah, I think you have advantage on like Fey, Fiends. And...
Yes,
I think that's supposed to be like
And
perception. No, you can recall information on those things. Yeah.
100%. It's survival checks to track them. I also have advantage on intelligence ability checks to recall information about them. Okay.
History advantage.
Okay. Okay. That's a 14.
What are you trying to recall? To be fair, you just, I don't know what you're trying to.
He knows that, like, obviously, like, now he knows this guy's, like, kind of a trickster. He's trying to see if he's trying to set anything up.
Set anything up by.
I mean, if he's trying to be, if he's trying to be, like, mischievous, like, before he leaves. He just doesn't want to be tricked into anything again.
He is a trickster through and through. I think in this moment, though, it's more of an insight check, I think, for you to kind of get a read if he's being honest or trying up to something.
Okay. Let's do that. Okay. A 7.
Hard to tell.
Okay. He, like, scratches
Can I try an insight check
Yes, ma'am.
as well?
100%.
Nope. Oh, but it is technically 17.
Technically? Excellent. Samaris, as best as you can tell, your insight. I was thinking of Dom earlier today, and I was like, oh, he's an impersonation of my ADHD, because he literally is just like, he's now bored. After all that chaos, he got his thrill, he got his excitement, and he's bored. He doesn't seem to be very tricky, but he also does. Like, you all seem to have impressed him on a certain professional level too, beyond his just curiosity of Archie as a person and your group as a person. So he does seem to have genuine curiosity, like who you are, who are these powerful people who could best him in a game of mischiefness, tricksters. No trick here. You get a moment's like, is he gonna? If he give him his name, does he have power over us? But nothing like that seems to be happening here. Just simple curiosity, if you're willing to share.
Archie, he's like scratching his head and just shrugs his shoulders at Samaris.
It's like cocks her head a little bit. She's like, Misfits to Morai. You can also call us Susan's bitches.
Susan's bitches.
Oh, that's not official.
Yes.
Misfits to Morai. Were you the ones dealing with that nasty business with, all of reality being sundered and put back into its place?
Archie, was that? How many times have we dealt with reality being asunder now? You're gonna have to be more specific, Dom.
Yeah.
Do you want him to read your sarcasm cleanly? Or
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh my. You have my thanks. That was very exciting business. I was curious to see how the world and reality is going to be reworked. But to take down Vlaakith and reset everything. I'm disappointing myself for not recognizing your abilities and power. I insist that you all come when you can and visit me and my family at the Sealy Court in the Feywild. It's very exciting. When you're ready, find me. I want to share your stories.
How exactly do we find you? Just
Do you not know where the Sealy Court is, the Feywild?
No, I forgot my map back on the ship.
I'm sorry, my sarcasm doesn't drip as much as Susan's does. You're
right there, buddy.
You can use that coin, perhaps, to locate me. Oh, it's so sad. Find your way to the Feywild. If you speak of Prince Dom and you show them your coin, they will direct you to how to reach me. Insert Game of Thrones reference here.
Alright. Just go to the Fey realm, keep the coin. Easy enough. This isn't a yes, though. You know, we got a busy schedule, okay? Worlds to save, enemies to conquer, moms to swoon.
If it's mothers you're interested in, there's mothers galore in the Feywild.
Oh! You don't say.
My mother's been a little wild on her own over the years. I bet she would like to meet saviors of the multiverse. That's just another path to walk down. Anyways, congratulations. Enjoy the coin. Enjoy your wish. Please be chaotic. I beg of you. Please, 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 please. This is your last offer. No, I'm bored. Bye. And he begins to cast a spell in front of you all.
Counter spell.
I leave it out there in case people want to fuck with him. I don't know anymore. I don't assume.
Yeah, Gil runs down the stairs. Curse about.
And he plane shifts away, and Dom is gone.
You guys are a fucking weirdo, huh?
Did he just try to pimp his mom out to you?
I think so. What a weird guy.
I mean, I bet he throws quite the party. So,
I'm not saying no. You know.
okay, but next time, do not promise your life to him, please.
Okay, Samaris, I thought it was one night, okay? I didn't realize he meant my entire life.
You need to listen better, truly.
Well, if my manager was there...
How old are you again?
Not old enough.
You can say that again. She starts to walk off. Go find the others.
He starts walking out and then turns back and looks and does a quick bow to the cat and then walks out.
You do see Slinker looks up from your little pocket.
Oh, Slinker.
He gives you a look. He's like, "Do I stay or do I go now?"
He'll take him out of this pocket and put him on the ground and then look at the cat and then look back at his pocket and just kind of shrugs his shoulders, like he'll hold out his hand, like, up to you.
You hold out your hand to the rat. Is that what you said?
Yeah, he's like giving him the option to like stay or go, or trying to interpret that as best he
Roll
can.
a persuasion check.
Okay.
We'll let a roll decide. High roll he comes.
Sweet. Okay.
He turns, he looks at his people. You get an impression that his job's not finished. He has work to do now. He kind of looks up and he gives you a, "You inspired me" look. And gives you a little salute. And looks longingly back at his family. And he gets to work. Forming a rat army to one day take over the ship and sail the seas.
Archie looks at Samaris. Done my job here.
As
Yeah,
you
we'll
do
just
walk
walk
out,
on.
there is like all the rats seeing this. They all start giving you little salutes. There's like a little military parade for Archie as he walks out. The music from the end of New Hope of Star Wars starts playing. Procession.
A rat pulls out a miniature thing of bagpipes. Yeah.
All right, Hermish, give me performance checks.
Oh, okay. Performance. Oof, 10.
Jimmy Lornishka. I know it was a abrupt change.
Oh, sorry.
Performance check, please.
You said it so fast, I was like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
17.
Hard cut. 17. And what would you roll, Hiromi?
10.
10. They've seen better out of Hiromi of Kuzakura, but it wasn't your best performance like you did the Waterdeep Ball, So a couple of them are like, I thought it was gonna be a little bit more bloody than this, not as exciting and not as devilry. But the Neshka's like, ooh, who's that? I'm gonna say, Dragonborn is very good with that. Like, oh, she just hit him with the butt of it. Oh, Lord, my Lord. And then you all watch as half of them just turn into farm animals.
Oh shit.
I guess another narrative point, we talked about Kalem's hunger, but also when Hiromi and Ishka were practicing for their performance, there was a moment where it wasn't a Kumu, the symbiote of Hiromi, that tried to eat Ishka, but Hiromi has 2 other symbiotes riding along now, and they tried to reach out and try and consume Ishka. So that was a pretty important little narrative moment for Hiromi and her passengers.
Clock's a ticking.
Lorelei, Warden, Kalem. Assuming you guys would like to be there close to the deck as you see everyone start turning into animals, etc., etc. Lorelei, you see Galenda turn and look at you. And she is angry and upset.
Hey, I didn't make her fall in love with me. Lorelei would definitely give her a little, wink and a smirk. She can't resist.
She walks over to you. Did you know?
Did I know what?
Roll a deception check.
Ooh, deception.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad for me. What? I mean, I'm just asking for clarification. Just kidding.
Hmm.
20. 30-20.
Well, you pass, but I do think still temporarily you'll have that exhaustion rule going on.
Oh,
with
right.
-5.
Okay.
But
roll again.
15 was still enough. That was
Dang. Not 20 for the second, but that's okay. It's disadvantage. Anyway.
I hope you understand what I said to you over the last hour. I was under a compulsion. Yeah, Cam, feel free to enter the scene 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trust me, you weren't the only one acting extremely out of character. Clearly, there is a great deal of chaos and shenanigans, and we're surrounded by animals right now. I think we can all forgive a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for?
The word I keep
Hijinks.
Hijinks.
Yeah, we can all forgive a little bit of hijinks.
They're hijinks.
And she'll lean closer and say, "I won't tell if you won't."
She's very embarrassed. And
Hey, also I did compliment her hair, remember? Remember how much that meant to her? And it was sincere and stuff?
Let me say this. I'll give you the player option here if you want. My instinct, I'm not saying it's the right instinct, is Galinda is very upset that she had embarrassed herself in front of you,
Sure.
hard you.
Mm-hmm.
Or this could be a step of you showing a little bit of
Grace.
grace with it, and maybe I could start steering the relationship in a different direction.
So in this afterwards, I do think you're right that Galinda would be embarrassed and upset and angry because like she doesn't want Lorelai to she wants to come out on top or whatever. She doesn't want Lorelai to know like any weakness. But, like Lorelai's trying to like make light of the situation, right? Like she's not gonna be like she's not making little digs at her, like she's trying to like be like, hey, look around you, like everyone's making a fool of themselves tonight, like we all will. I'm sure I will by the end of the night as well. You're in good company. She's trying to like kind of put the animosity at bay a bit.
Do you have a preference, or do you want to maybe roll a persuasion? Because I can see Galinda going two different directions here.
Absolutely, I'm happy to roll
deeper
persuasion for that.
into anger, or maybe elevated out of that bitterness.
Mm-hmm. I mean, both not great, but I mean,
21 is still that's
that's
a persuasion roll. Yeah.
And even it is if it skill checks, if my reliable talent still applies, that would technically be 25. And then, but with skill checks, you said it's a minus.
Yeah, so I know this is weird. Let's see. You roll a disadvantage. Which is higher, weird. 21 or the negative? So it'd be 25 minus 5, 20. So 21 is higher than that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So I'll just do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So 21 will be your higher roll.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do a contested roll.
Sure.
Trying to think of what modifier to give her. I think this would be like a wisdom roll. And she doesn't. She has a little bit of wisdom for herself, but so I'm just going to use like a modifier for her, and then I'll just make it a 5.
Cool.
And she just nods in acceptance, and then turns and gives you the most slightest, most like you'd have to be paying attention to notice. She just gave you the slightest bow of her head of a thank you, and she turns to walk away. And Caleb, you're there.
Oh, Galinda. Yeah, I don't know what came over me, but are you okay?
I'm fine. And appears we were all underneath potions of love of some sort.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. With that being said, hopefully you're not too hurt by things that are right or things were said, and Lorelai rejecting you. I'm sorry about that.
Whoa.
But,
all my hard work down the toilet.
But the diamond that I gave to you, I was wondering if I can get that back.
Are you for real right now?
Yeah, so if I can get that back.
Roll a persuasion check.
I would kill.
Of course.
Can you imagine, guys, like a boyfriend giving you a piece of jewelry, breaking up with you, being like, "So, could I have that back?"
Listen, that thing's kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Well, my computer's running real slow because I just updated the driver.
16. If you rolled low, I had a scene in my head where Galinda was going to talk about, sorry, I'm not to spell it all out, but I thought it was a beautiful scene. It's like, sorry, my bittersweetness and poeticness of us breaking up, I threw the diamond into the river to showcase it.
God.
But you rolled high enough. And so she's like, yes, he...
Oh, thank you. It was meant for someone else. Sorry.
Damn.
Out of curiosity, are you truly a prince?
Excuse me?
We said a lot of things under our compulsions. I'm just curious if you truly are a prince.
Oh yeah.
I don't
wouldn't lie
remember.
about
Did you
that.
tell Galinda you're a prince of Barovia or just a prince?
I think he did say Barovia,
Yeah,
but it was
Barovia.
before the compulsion. It was before the love potions
Right.
even.
Yes, but she does know the name Barovia.
Yeah, I mean we had a wonderful time. But I was doing it for my friend. I'm sorry. My heart belongs to something else.
I have no interest anymore in a romantic sense. Thank you for your attention. If Barovia has any interest in political connections in Waterdeep, I'd be curious to exchange addresses, as it were.
Yeah, well, maybe not for you. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
And she just turns and
Damn.
walks away from you.
Shot down.
Yeah, sorry, Lorelai. I was doing it for the mission.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, don't be sorry at me. Like, Lorelai's, like, she would absolutely be watching that and just, like, inside her, she's screaming with laughter.
Yeah, because she wanted to off you here, wanted me to off you off, and yeah, I would choose you way over
you-
her.
Are you telling her, are you telling Lorelai that?
No, oh
In
yeah.
the game?
Oh yeah, it's in game.
Okay. I'm sorry,
This is-
excuse me? What did you say she asked you to do?
Wanted to off you off. Well, wanted me to make you disappear, like, permanently.
This is news to Lorelai, because we haven't seen each other since she gave that request to you.
Well, we established that when you were invisible upstairs, because I was like,
Oh, okay, I'm sorry,
saying
I
it, like-
forgot. Right, and I framed her for the murder, so hopefully we'll be all even.
yeah, because I didn't. Yeah, she's evil.
But no, she is very evil, thank you. I have to keep up appearances somewhat with her if I don't want to make my life in Waterdeep a living hell. So I appreciate you being able to do what I could not in this instance and squish
Alright. And Caleb smiles, and he has all the different colored teeth.
her. Oh, shall we rejoin the festivities? And she's gonna look around. Are people still animals? And like, there's like the fight going on. Like, what's the status of the room?
Pure
Doesn't
chaos.
true polymorph
And
have the potential to be permanent?
what'd you say? Oh, sorry, I realized I was still muted. What'd you say, Rob?
Doesn't true polymorph have the potential to be permanent?
Yes, if the
If he
person in
maintains
control of the spell
concentration.
maintains concentration for an hour, and Archie, as you're walking through the space, you realize you're the one that broke the Feywild shard. You feel your
God.
connection to all the animals on this ship right now.
Wow.
But as you're feeling that and wanting to know exactly what's happened, Hiromi and Ishka, with everyone turns into animals, do you continue your performance?
Does everyone turn
I would
animals?
say so.
Like,
It's like
Half the people.
50-50, you know, just to keep it simple. Not everyone is like, so some nobles are like, oh no. What'd you say,
let's do an
Ishka,
audience.
Hiromi?
I will say, okay, so in Hiromi's mind, she's like really hesitant to like even pretend fighting because like she hurt Ishka. So could I be at like a disadvantage in this role?
Well, right now we're at a narrative thing. I'm just more curious what you guys the two of you are doing once everyone turns into animals. Like, do you continue?
Gotcha.
I'm not asking for a role. I just want to know what you want to do narratively. Like, we continue fighting, think nothing's wrong. Oh, we stop and see what's going on. Hey, I try and eat a chicken. You know, what do you guys want to do?
I think, well, from Hiromi's perspective, like the plan was to have like chaos, so I guess she thinks that this is still part of the plan.
Yeah, I would agree.
Cool. So you continue you're fighting. There's tons of confusion. But then you do hear one noble who's like, "Is that did Daryl turn into a chicken? Oh my, that's something else." And you do hear a lady kind of like, is the ship crashed on? How are we going to get back to Yatar? And then you guys see Deborah, Susanna come out. Everyone, what a performance by Hiromi and Ishka. Yeah. Yeah.
Lorelai applauds really loudly and like is like looking around her, like, you know, be like, "Oh wow, weren't they great? Weren't they great?"
It's yeah, all a part of the plan. I guess from Lord Casper. Everyone hold tight. Through all of this excitement, Lord Casper hasn't come down, and this is the grand finale. So we'll give some final words and speak on upon exactly how we're all going to get back to Qatar. I'm sure he's got a little bit of a surprise somewhere for us all. So just bear with us, and just try to make sure none of the animals and all the fun and excitement, them fey trickery, make sure that they don't fall into the river. I'll be right back. You two, come with me.
Lorelai's gonna kind of like raise her glass up and be like, "Yes, where is our darling host? He's missing the fun."
We'll go find him. And they kind of walk off. Let me check something real quick. Hold music. Hold music.
Just curious, did the Duke turn into an animal?
Roll a d20 for me. 10 or higher, he did. 9 or lower, he didn't. I'm looking something up.
Boom. He is still human.
This is all very exciting. Lady Lorelai, I must apologize for any cross words I said earlier.
Oh, no, you were a perfect gentleman.
I'm happily married, just so you know. It's sweet. The Duchess is
wonderful.
Very sweet.
I would love to meet your wife one day.
Yes.
What an entertaining prank that was. I wonder who should get credit for that one. It was quite clever, but I will say a bit overwhelming.
Yes, very a lot going on. I didn't expect something exciting. As that scene's carrying out, I'm going to say this: Warden and Samaris. If you both want, I like to think narratively, you both are kind of just scouting out the area, sensing for danger. Warden, you're looking for a dragon. But the two of you notice Deborah, Susanna taking like two of the guards, and they're going to go upstairs, and you start hearing above deck them trying to kick in the door. And they're to find out what's going on with Lord Casper.
I did have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe two, depending on what the first answer is. How big is the platinum statue?
That's what I was going to say. The two of you notice the platinum statue.
Oh, wow. Of course. Wow.
Unattended on its side. Broke, like a bit of it's a little chipped maybe after the impact is on its side. It's pure platinum, and I would say it's maybe like 1.5 feet tall and then like maybe 1 foot wide.
Okay, for my second question, would it fit inside the mouth of the bag of holding?
Let's see. Roughly, bag of serious with air, and then it's also mentioned for the 2 feet in diameter at the mouth, 2 feet in diameter. Sounds like it would fit in there easy.
Okay.
Easy. So I like to imagine the two of you are like both see it, and it's there unattended, and all the chaos and confusion. You do hear from upstairs, "Oh, Lord Casper, are you all right in there?"
Warden is going to find Ishka and just sort of like sidestep closer and lean down a little bit and just murmur.
Fighting, and you like get in.
Oh, I forgot they're still fighting. Oh yeah, no, you know he was gonna do that. He's like, bag of holding.
Ching, 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 clash, cling, clash. Ishka, you hear Warden whisper to you, "Bag of holding." Lauren, Ishka, you still with us? I see you're muted.
Nope.
Oh, she's typing.
Huh.
All right, we'll hold frame on that. Samaris, did you want to address the situation either?
I'm not sure I'm following. What is it that we noticed?
Oh yeah, so there was another aspect to everything. So there was this contest being put on by Lord Caspa between the Seelie and Unseelie, and the winning half of the courts of the attendees would get be a part of a lottery to potentially win a statue of a satyr made out of pure platinum by his claim. And that pure platinum satyr is currently unattended in the middle of the chaos. And Warden sees it. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Would I be able to sneaky sneak since it's chaotic and people are distracted?
Yeah, Warden sees it. Do you guys want to pull each other into this, or just operate separately?
I think pull each other into it.
Yeah.
And Samaris can lean over and be like, quick, make a distraction.
Where are you?
I guess there's already a distraction.
A cow goes by.
I have something in mind, but where are you going to put it?
Wait, so Ishka has the bag of holding?
Yeah,
that's fighting outside. Yeah.
How big is this statue?
It's about what did I say? Half a foot wide and foot and a half tall.
It's a lot of platinum.
Well, let me check on something real quick.
You know what? I have an idea.
I can make myself invisible. What's your idea?
I was just going to take off with it and run half a mile into the forest. But what the
in the water.
How much does that thing weigh?
It's not that big.
Is a certain amount of weight breaks the bag of holding?
I was definitely thinking toss it in
I think
the
it's
water.
600
Get it
pounds.
later.
Up to 500
That
pounds.
would be horrible. That would be.
Well, I can cast invisibility on myself, and anything it says anything I'm carrying is invisible as long as it's on the target's person.
We could do a Houdini because I still have the flask. I could just pop the flask open and it would be there 1 second and poof, it's gone the next.
Why don't I let it jump in your bag?
Just to give everyone their moment, just so you know, Samaris and Warden are having this conversation. Just so you guys know.
Sorry.
Archie, you hypothetically could walk by during all this, but the two of them are casually leaning on counters, looking at the thing on the ground, discussing plans.
Wait, what flask?
It's a big fog flask. I can open it and it makes a big cloud of fog. I used it earlier, except you weren't here for that. I used it earlier. It's a big old cloud. That's very useful.
Okay. Do you want me to grab it if we do the fog?
Yeah, but then what are you going to do with it?
Is the ship beached? Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on
ask questions
details.
for sure. Yeah, the ship is beached. So technically, you could hop off the side of the ship and you'll be on shore. Yep.
I mean, I can just I can go to shore with it, turn myself invisible just for
okay, that works for me.
safekeeping. Okay. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Walk towards it, and then when we get a little closer, I am going to uncork the ever-smoking bottle again. Sorry, ever-smoking bottle.
Okay, so there's only maybe 1 or 2 people in the room, and you undo it. Now there's smoke going on, and really legitimately, you're breaking a line of sight. There's not even a stealth check here, Samaris. I can't think of a reason why there would be. You just grab it. It sounds like you're turning invisible.
Yeah, use a charge in the Jewel 3 prayers. After grabbing it, so that it turns invisible as well.
Yep. 100%.
And then hop off the side of the ship.
Yeah. You hop off. Archie, you're walking through the ship and you walk by. There's now smoke in this room. As you're walking around, all the farm animals start gathering around you and following you around the ship.
He's walking, coughing. Oh. What the hell's with all the animals up here?
And I'm assuming you're like going up to the front because that's where you'd see like
Yeah, he's trying to find
Galinda
everyone else.
storms past you. Lorelai's enjoying the chaos. You see Ishka, Hiromi still fighting up top.
Hey guys! He's gonna yell over to where everyone else is.
Yes,
What
I
the hell's
would
going
be-
on up here? Where'd all these animals come from? Why are they following me?
It seems like, I mean, at the very moment that we crashed, the moment of the final prank, a bunch of people turned into animals. I don't know what happened.
He does like a little flashback of him breaking the shard. Oh. Oh. That's what he meant. Yeah, that may have been my bad. Yeah, that this is my bad.
Can you fix it?
He like shakes his leg from like an animal that's trying to climb up it.
Chicken pecking at your boot.
I don't, this spell isn't really my forte. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well,
Release
could-
spell.
Lorelai would kind of
He
describe
like
to you.
holds his hand up to the animals.
Lorelai would kind of like describe to you what it's like to intentionally lose concentration on a spell through an object, because she uses lots of objects to cast spells. So she would try and like describe to you like okay, so you kind of like try and feel the magic that's being pulled, like, that was pulled out of you, and then you focus on just letting it dissipate into the air and releasing the spell.
Okay.
Kaelin will come up to Archie and just slap him in the face. If you're concentrating, this will help.
That's true.
He like holds his hand to his face.
I love those two teaching moments.
Yeah. Like, Archie, you allow it to happen. You allow it to get smacked on the face by Caleb.
Yeah, he
Before
like
the
rubs his
attempt-
face.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Do you-
man, you gotta curl.
Do you want
some
that to
weight
be
or
enough
something.
damage for you to make a Constitution saving
Yeah,
throw?
sure.
Sure,
Yeah,
make a
sorry,
Constitution saving
slap
throw.
in the
Yeah.
face. Okay.
And you can fail saves intentionally, right?
I mean, hypothetically. So yeah, it's up. You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want with the narrative. You can ask for a roll to keep it going and keep problem solving, or you can allow it to happen. Whatever you want.
Okay. What if I roll for concentration? I guess
Con save.
Con save. Okay.
Yeah, we're joking with Archie, right? But Lauren literally does
Oh.
have no idea
Oh,
how
shit.
spells work.
Yeah.
You got to get a 10 or higher, so you're like
True.
still concentrating on it.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, his hand's ready for the backhand portion.
Can I try
Okay.
and coach, like life coach style, Archie through this moment?
I have
I don't
no
know
issue
how
with
I
that,
would
but it's up to you. It's how you want to approach this.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could roll to like, I don't know, like an intelligence check of some kind, but like, or whatever, to help try and convey to Archie. the skill.
Mechanically, Lauren, because again,
Mhm.
you can literally break concentration whenever you want. It's literally just something you declare mechanically. So that's what Lorelai's trying to get across to you.
Okay.
So
I
it's
think,
how
yeah.
you want. You can ask for a roll, whatever you want for this.
Nah, I think definitely like he takes a minute, like rubs his cheek and glares at Caleb, but he like you see like a vein pop out in his forehead and closes his eyes, and then he'll break it.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh god.
If you roll not one, you fart.
Oh god. It was close. It was really close.
No. You following Lorelai's instructions, and you put a lot of effort and strain into it, and then all of a sudden, all the animals start puffing a little bit of magic, and all the nobles like, oh my, oh lords and ladies, oh my, that was something for me.
There's a lord clinging to Archie's leg.
Yeah.
Who was previously
My-
like a koala.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
plotting
right.
good, sir. That gave up for me.
Unhand me.
Animal instincts and all that. My. Is the deal over? Excuse me. And he kind of embarrassedly like walks away from you.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Was I made aware of the whole Lord Casper being dead thing? I don't remember if I
Yes.
was.
We're
Okay.
outside. Remember, we had kind of like had that brief moment of like together, like we were briefly together before we like split before that last big hour.
Yeah, okay.
You
I
know,
remember.
outside where like I was invisible and I told you about that, and we planted the thing on Galinda, and we were like, we need to make
I
this
wasn't there
epic
for
because
that.
Archie's in real shit. You know.
I don't think I was there for that. I was
Yeah,
downstairs.
because that was when you planned to like do the big thing down in the in the rowers.
I think it was
level.
Archie up top.
Was it Archie? I thought it was Archie.
Oh,
and me and
To be fair,
Caleb
we
and
did
Garrett.
talk
It was Archie.
after the love potion, so it might have
Yeah.
also happened then.
Archie had to go grab the dead octopus.
Yeah,
so
remember
he went
too,
up
there
there.
was a very abstract amount of an hour. If one went to like, oh yeah, I would have
Yeah.
tried to tip him
Yeah,
off
the
in
love
an
potions
hour.
was after he died. So that if we had the
Yeah.
conversation after that, then
Yeah, I think that must be what it was. Okay. Well, after hearing the commotion upstairs, he's going to not dropping the smoke cloud, and it actually grows a lot.
Oh, that's funny.
I think it will cover this whole ship at a certain point. That could be handy. Hold on.
now there's just this like growing
Um,
smoke cloud over
Yeah,
here.
when you use an action to remove the stopper, a cloud of thick smoke pours out in a 60-foot radius from the bottle. Heavily obscured. Each minute the bottle remains open within the cloud, the radius increases by 10 feet at a maximum of 120 feet. So it's just growing at the moment. But I am going to walk, and it's going to follow me, and it's just going to be this rolling cloud. And eventually I'm going to find my way over here. And everyone's going to be enveloped by a cloud of fog. And because I have blind sight, I'm not affected. So
So Warden walks out, and you just
Mystique.
see a bunch of fog and mist forming behind him and just following along and forming out. That's when Deborah Susanna walks out with the gods. Ladies and gentlemen, the festivities have been once in a lifetime and very memorable. But I must share some unfortunate news. It appears that Lord Casper, perhaps in the excitement of the crash, has had a heart attack and died.
Gasp.
So now we're going to spend about 4 sessions doing a murder mystery part. I'm not sure what he had planned for the rest of the festivities, but in light of this, you can see she's actually is like legitimately upset. Like you don't know what their relationship was, but she's just very like, oh. In light of this turn of events, I think we'll just have to declare the rest of the soiree to be canceled. I think you will understand, and we'll be sending some messages upriver to send some boats down so you all can get back to your tower. We're only a few hours out, so just bear with us as they'll get here as quick as they can. And there is very much like, someone's like, Lady Susanna, this is not a part of the show, is it? I'm afraid not. Lord Casper's dead. And like everyone realizing it's not a part of it and everything. Because, there would probably have been people like, ew, murder mystery now. Oh my gosh, it just keeps happening. Yeah. And as she's saying that, then like the mist and fog just comes pouring over the ship.
I think it's time to go.
Second that.
Yeah.
Caleb, call the ship.
Lorelai, maybe we can meet them, like, in the forest, a mile away from here or something. We don't want people to get jealous of your cool ship, Caleb.
Yeah.
That actually works, because me and Samaris stole the statue.
So
we should probably leave.
Good job.
Oh.
I will make my excuses and goodbyes, and Lorelai would definitely people are calling the ship and stealing, platinum satyrs and stuff. She would be schmoozing and like, you know, saying, "Oh, we were called away. Of course, you know, our schedule is so busy. We just wanted
to
to stop
frame the
in for
narrative
night."
as you're trying to do this. Like you can definitely attempt it, but there's literally a fog cloud everywhere. So it's like you're like leaning in. It's just like you're like touching people. I'm like, is that you, Duke? So and so. Like you have to like lean in and find each other. There's like people are bumping into each other. There's a lot of confusion. You hear somebody like, "Oh shit!" splash into the water.
How long does that fog cloud last?
Like an hour.
Are you shitting me, dude?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, you could ask me. Oh wait, no, wait.
Certain people, you
How
do
long
hear
does it
other people
last?
crawl,
Does it even?
like attempting to get off the ship onto the shore. People are like,
I don't think it
there's a bit of
ever
a drop.
disperses until I cork it, or it's dispersed by a moderate.
Okay, so you can cork it if you want.
Oh wait, yeah. Do you want?
To be fair, there's probably like a little bit of a gentle breeze at least over the open
Yeah,
water of the
so-
river, so like it would dissipate. Let's
Yeah.
say in a good like,
But that's once I close it.
20, 30 minutes. Yeah, so there's like fog going down the river.
I will.
Yeah.
I will cork it after hearing all of this.
All of the hubbub.
Yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't
so
seem very appropriate.
it was really cool
Maybe.
though.
Mhm.
So yeah, Lorelai would make her excuses and stuff, obviously particularly to the Duke, and would make sure to like be talking loudly enough to the Duke that Galinda could overhear and be jealous.
Excellent.
Mhm.
So it's not like everyone's making their way on the shore. I mean, to be fair, like I think like everyone's making their way on the shore to get off the ship with the fog.
Yep.
Samaris, you overhear an interaction. They're not trying to hide it. Well, no, they are trying to hide it. But with your passive perception, you see a noble lady head over to Hiromi and lean in. It's like, don't you forget, you promised me a performance with some friends of mine, the ladies.
I thought you were gonna forget.
Wait, where am I? Where am I at this point? Am I still on the ship?
I feel like you're on the ship, or no, excuse me, you're on shore, invisible, peeking out of like some,
Okay.
There's some generic woods around, so there's a lot of underbrush. There doesn't seem to be any sign of any civilization or anything where you guys are at. So it's just very wild woods leaning up to the bank of the river. And as you peek out, you see a lady, and you overhear her mention something about the ladies. The Hiromi, you see Hiromi get kind of like uncomfortable and a little like, yeah, continue.
Oh, Hiromi was definitely trying to sneak off the ship before that, but now she has like one foot on the ledge of the ship and then slowly puts it back down. Right.
Just real quick. Megan, just so you know, Hiromi she was trying to do some information gathering, and she ran into a noble lady and asked her some questions. And the lady has insinuated that she knows, oh my goodness, what the heck is her name? The ladies' thieves guild that Samaris is. Yeah. So that's kind of the hints going along there above table of the interaction.
It was related to the Kraken Society, right? Or they have something with them.
The Kraken Society, you were hunting for information in the Kraken Society, and she shared some information, and that she has some connections with a group called the I think it's the Hand of Yatar. I think that was the ladies' thieves guild's name.
Okay.
Yes.
So obviously you probably booked up for I don't know, for weeks. Is that Lady Ishgard going to be a part of the performance also? She was very good. You took those blows quite bravely.
And not that I know of. Where exactly will you be?
In Yatar, of course. That's where I live, and that's where my friends, the ladies, are. Our knitting group is very, very sharp.
All right. I promise that when myself and the group have time, we shall visit you.
Swear it on your honor. Is that it too inappropriate me for to ask? I'm sorry, this just seems so exciting. You're a samurai, right? Honor codes and all that?
I swear on my honor, we shall visit you.
Win.
Well, now we've gotta.
I know. Soon. I must speak with my companions before.
Oh, management performance. All right. Fantastic. It's so nice meeting you. I'm so excited. And she turns and kind of walks off.
She just gives a big sigh and then hops down.
Did Samaris hear that conversation?
Yep.
She,
Yeah,
was
you
she
would have
listening?
overheard all of it. Yep.
She seeing Hiromi hop down. She's still invisible.
Oh yeah.
Hiromi!
She startles and goes to like reach for her sword. She doesn't have anything.
No, it's Samaris over here.
Oh, over where? She's like turning around.
Samaris lets the invisibility drop and like holds up the platinum statue, like very excited expression on her face.
She gets wide-eyed. Did from the ship?
Yeah.
She like tries to like cover it like with her like robe. You hide it. There's nobles around.
Oh, yeah. And she like puts it behind her back. Was that woman you were talking to? Does she know the lady thieves? The hand?
That was the impression that she gave me.
And she invited you to meet them?
Yes, I promised to do a performance for them for information.
You sound not happy about it.
That is because I am not. I'm not a great performer. A fighter, yes. Performance, no.
What if you had some help?
Why are you interested in them?
Also a lady thief, and she like holds the statue back up for a second before realizing she's not supposed to be showing it off, and puts it back behind her back.
Point taken.
Yeah,
Well,
but I mean, if you're not comfortable, it's
No. I could use all the help I could get. I promise them, and I don't break promises.
well, you need a manager. I have references.
She like cocks her head. Manage what exactly?
You as a performer. I mean, who knows? Maybe you'll love it, and you could start touring, make some money out of it, and I get a cut, of course. No, okay, we're thinking too far ahead. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Maybe we should just try to get the others over here.
Yes. We will revisit that.
Yeah,
And,
my opinion, you all can join up and start unpacking and planning or whatnot. The ball's complete in your court. I really have nothing, no more twists and turns for you.
Okay. Yeah, I
Before
guess
we leave the ship, or before Lorelai leaves the ship, she would check in with, what was her name? Barbara? Susanna? Whatever?
Deborah Susanna.
Deborah. Yeah, Deborah Susanna. She would check in with her and say, I'm so sorry to hear about Lord Casper. What terrible, terrible tragedy has struck tonight.
Very unfortunate. He always liked to partake in, the spirits, so perhaps that caught up with him, but, he was a bit of a fighter, so it's kind of sad to see him go in such a way.
Are we...
Between you and me, Lady Manthar, we're probably going to have to do a bit of investigation. It seems to be natural causes of some sort, but he was a powerful man. There'll be an investigation.
Lorelai will nod and say, I think your instincts are correct. And at this level of society, and especially with a party this large where, there are many other powerful people here, you can never be too cautious. Important not to rule anything out until you're sure. There are many ways of making a death look natural, unfortunately, as I'm sure you're aware. Lord Casper was a powerful and sought-after individual.
He was. I knew he had his connections to, places and peoples, and he could be secretive about it. Maybe. He's been kind to me over the years, though. I just hate to see him go in any way. I don't know if I wish it to be natural or unnatural at this point.
Either way, the best you can do for him, for the years of kindness that he's shown you, is to honor his memory and do everything you can to, like you said, an investigation is a good idea. Do everything you can to make sure that if his death isn't natural, that those who did it are brought to justice.
I agree. I do. Thank you for your kind words and guidance, Lady Mantha. Much
of course. And if you ever need any assistance, or, well, frankly, if you ever need any clout in Waterdeep, you know who to come to.
If we need to do a revenge tour and hire some mercenaries, we'll knock on your door.
Certainly.
But your kindness does not go unnoted. I'll reach out if I have any questions or need your assistance. Thank you, Lady Mantha.
Of course. That was all.
Excellent. All right, y'all start. I feel like Hiromi's just the towering figure and just like sticks out like a sore thumb. So imagine you're all just kind of like drifting over to her and Samara's in the woods.
Oh, hey, Samara's cool statue.
Yeah, I just picked it up somewhere. She gives a wink.
You want to put that in the bag of holding?
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Romy told me I shouldn't wave it around, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She puts it in the bag of holding.
Excellent.
That got out of hand.
That was wonderful. What a great night, everybody. Bravo and brava. Who was the rat? Who did the rats? Big fan.
That would be me.
Excuse
me.
Lorelai.
I'm kidding.
Lorelai goes to high five Archie, notices the cheese dust on his hands, and then refrains.
He's good with animals.
Shocking.
Yeah. Also, sorry. That kind of got us in that little bind. That was kind of a close one.
So what, do you have a wish now, right?
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. And he, tosses the coin in his hand.
One
Just
mechanical
casually?
thing I would like to throw out there about wishes. The spell thing, is the boring thing, but one thing, the implication I recently read, which I always want to make sure everyone knows about. So it's like, you can cast any spell, right? First off, that means you can cast any spell. You don't have to be a spellcaster. It doesn't have to be on your spell list, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the cool things is there's some really powerful spells. I like to use Tsunami as an example. Let's look at Tsunami for a second.
Yep.
Don't wish for a tsunami right now.
Tsunami is a casting time of 1 minute. What makes wish and duplicating very cool, that happens in an action instead. So use that for your consideration. I'm not saying you need to use it for a spell. You have a lot of flexibility. I've already told you you're not going to be punished yourself for casting the wish from this item and getting the 33% and never really cast wish again. To me, it's all self-contained. But for your strategizing, I just wanted to point that out. Have fun, and I'm stepping away again.
There are some incredible spells out there that could have, long-lasting effect. You could cast, if there's anyone who's ever died, you could cast True Resurrection.
True.
Also cast Simulacrum.
You could do
broken.
so many things.
Well, I don't know True Resurrection yet. If I can do
So
it.
that's this.
Wait, I'm sorry, Caleb. What did Caleb?
I don't know true resurrection yet. If I can do it. Later.
Right,
But I
but you don't
think
need to
it's-
know the spell, right? It's if you with wish you can cast literally any spell. Doesn't need to be. You don't have to know it.
Just in case Archie dies.
Oh. Why would he die?
Yeah, why am I dying?
Things happen. Okay. You know that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, you did get swallowed up by a freaking underwater cave.
You almost just lost your soul as well. Like just now. Not just happened.
We had it in the bag. I wasn't worried at all.
Yes, that's a lie. I saw you.
Anyway, back to the wish spell.
One little
I
detail I'm going
don't-
to insert here real quick. You have input on this lore and Archie. You know, we discussed on how he could affect you having this big dramatic encounter. Did you still want to think about taking that feat?
Oh yeah, that's what I decided on.
So what I like to imagine is, tell me if you like this, that there's something a little bit more fey about Archie now. Maybe its features are a little bit sharper, maybe his ears are a little bit more pointier, but something about the interaction. I'm not forcing that on you, but do you think there's some way that can showcase this effect that Dom's presence and this fey bargain had, even though you didn't lose, but there's still this kind of like interaction? Do you think there's anything visually that they would notice, or just
probably.
a presence about him or something?
Yeah, I think like
Glittery skin.
yeah, right, sparkle skin. Don't their like eyes kind of do weird stuff, like swirls or something like that?
It can.
I can't remember.
Yeah, there's a lot of creativity here. Yeah.
Okay, I think I
don't
read
know,
something
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, if you want your eyes of like maybe occasionally if someone looks at them deeply, they can see like twilight swirling skies or something like that. Does that sound fun? Or it could be happening all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think? Do you think people need to really be like looking in the eye to sense it, or is it just a little bit more like, oh wow, your eyes?
Yeah, I think it's pretty visible. We'll do like little spirals, so like the color. Yeah, maybe even like the pupil starts to spiral a little bit.
Excellent. So for those who would like to notice or have 5 passive perceptions or have sight, you would notice that Archie's eyes are very different, especially the Misfits. You probably would notice the difference in Archie.
Are you trying to hypnotize me?
You kind of stink of nonsense more than usual.
I don't know what that means.
He doesn't bathe.
Yeah, I already smelled bad before.
It's different.
That's why we got the pool.
The pool. Yeah, of course. Why?
You don't use the pool?
What?
We
I use it once a week, at least.
A week?
Wait, why did you say I was hypnotizing you? Is it my charmingly good looks?
No, definitely not that. Your eyeballs are kind of swirling.
They're swirling?
Yep. All right, let's go back to the ship.
Morai holds up a mirror in front of Archie. She has one of those pocket mirrors.
He like leans in close. What the? What is this? What happened?
I don't know.
Kind of like leans back. Not my beautiful eyes. They look like it looks like a toilet swirling now.
Yeah. Is this another type of transformation?
Not that I know of. But it was that
You-
stupid Dom guy. He ruined my beautiful face.
Ooh, maybe his last little trick.
Alright, anyway. He gave me a stupid wish spell. I was thinking we could save it. Can't think of anything right now.
I think it's a very good idea to save.
I'm sorry, I think it's a good idea too, but you can't think of anything.
Wait, don't use it right now.
I mean,
If
you
you
can wish
think of
your
something-
eyes.
No. Caleb.
Couldn't you technically wish for him to be your property?
Why?
I don't know. I'm in a weird mood. I'm not used to it.
Yeah. I could see that. Well, you like Dom?
No.
I think we should.
I just think it'd be a funny twist.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
something tells me that that wouldn't work out with me so well. He said something about like being a prince, and the Fey realm, the
And
king and the
supposed to
queen are like
start trusting your
parents.
judgment now?
Listen, I'm just telling you what he said.
I don't think we should do that. I'm just gonna walk.
Oh.
Jeez, touchy.
Ooh.
Before you use it, which is, of course, however you use it is your choice. But if I were to make a suggestion, so like, realistically speaking, Nate, Lorelai's magic comes from the wizard spell list, and like this is as a wizard spell, is it reasonable that she would like know of this like legendarily powerful spell, right?
Yeah, I think so. If you want to roll an Arcana check to understand it mechanically better for her, you could.
Oh, nice. 24.
24. Oh, the DC was 19. Yep, you understand. You understand fundamentally how Wish works.
Okay.
You do understand that, and like as players, I feel like sometimes it's like, because also Wish can be a little disappointing, right? Like, I gotta save it because if I don't want to break it or break the world or anything like that. But it really is fundamentally supposed to represent like a fragment of divinity, like unattainable power for most people. There is a bit of an awe around it. For me as a person, I'm not saying you all need to have that, but narratively in the world, I do think it is a bit of a like, wow, that's a slice of divinity.
And I think Lorelai kind of like reflecting that would say, you know, this kind of opportunity is incredibly rare. And if anything, I would, you know, while of course this is yours to do with what you wish, caution might be helpful here. If you have any ideas of how to use it, or if something happens where you think you want to use it, I've heard that these can be tricky sometimes.
Which is why I'm gonna wait with you guys. Just in case of emergency, I'm just gonna hang on to it. Besides, I already have everything I need.
But also be careful, like, if you're just sitting there and you're hungry and you're just thinking about, you know, oh man, I wish I had some cheese puffs. Don't say it like that. Because then
I
you'll
didn't even think about
Don't
that.
you have to intentionally use the coin though? No.
Yeah, what
Next
if,
time,
what if you
Archie
do
gets
that
like
and
or
the
something.
bastard crashes?
Do you wish you had thought of that?
See? See what I'm saying?
Samaris chimes into this conversation. She's like, you all are worrying way too much about this. I got 3 wishes, and I think I did a pretty good job. And to be fair, I had a time limit.
Oh, really?
So
You had 3 witches? What were they?
I got cool dagger. Duh.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I did. Miss that. Yeah, that was pretty
Upgraded
cool.
the bastard.
What?
And
What?
What?
we're all resistant to necrotic damage. Did I never tell you guys this?
That's an amazing use. Everyone being resistant to necrotic damage is a great idea.
I was wondering
Thank
about
you.
that.
Thank you very
But
much.
go back. What was the second wish?
I upgraded the bastard.
Wait, how did you upgrade the bastard?
I don't know. I was like,
I was the one with the
make it
hammer.
cooler. Well,
but you weren't there.
maybe you had a
I had
little
the hammer.
help. Maybe you had a little help, Caleb. We all need a little help sometimes.
Are you our guardian angel?
Made you guys do hard labor.
Do think about the resurrection thing, though. And you all can't see her, but Una's like in the background with her arms crossed.
Is this why you guys have nice rooms?
I mean, I assume
She
so.
labor.
Oh my goodness. Like
Oh,
you had to keep track of the bills. How much
yeah,
it cost
that
to
was
put in the room?
a genie. My bad. I thought I told you about that.
Well,
I think we.
I just had to work a little harder, but I think it came out well ahead.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, that Dom guy, he said after, well, I guess we don't have to use a witch spell, but he all invited us to the Fey court in the Fey realm anytime we want to go.
Sounds horrifying.
I don't know. It could be fun. Maybe a little Fey vacation after, we deal with all of our stuff.
Yeah,
That does sound fun, actually.
It does, but I think we had higher urgency with something going on with Hiromi.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
That's why I
world.
said, Fey vacation afterwards.
Speaking of urgency, I might have not been able to fully explain this to you all earlier, but you remember when I snuck into Lord Casper's room and searched his things and found out that he was most definitely working with the Kraken Society, and they were definitely involved in the disappearance of the giant royalty?
Oh, we forgot about that guy.
Yeah, well, also, I don't know exactly how or who, but there was something in his room that was, and I don't know how to say this sentence without sounding absolutely ridiculous, but was somehow operating through the octopus jelly mentally.
The
And
what?
What?
Lorela just she puts her heads in her hands. It's like, I really don't know how to explain this without sounding ridiculous, but there was a pet octopus in Lord Casper's room named Jelly, and it was not very smart, but it was most definitely enslaved by this great, horrible, endlessly powerful being that may or may not have mentally searched my mind and made a connection to me and tried to read my thoughts, and also maybe succeeded in reading my thoughts for like a good maybe 18 seconds, if I were to estimate.
Wow. So that's the same squid that Archie shoved down his pants.
That's the one.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, you have it? Wait, what?
It died after the entity, the powerful one, used it to like break into my mind. Yeah, Jelly was definitely dead.
Yeah, about Jelly. Kind of fed him to the Cat Queen.
I mean, he was dead, so fine. But anyway, might also still feel this lingering connection to this horrific being that was able to read my mind effortlessly.
Did it hurt you?
Nate, was the sensation uncomfortable or painful in any way? It did take a second. You're right, I did. Yes, it was. I'm exhausted and in pain, and it was. My brain felt like it was leaking out of my ears a little bit.
Hiromi steps forward. This voice. It came to you unintentionally?
I was trying to. I was invisible in the room, and it wasn't until I made a mistake and tried to open the door to leave, not realizing that there was anyone else in the room, that this voice reached out to me. Clearly they had some way of monitoring that room. I think it was through this octopus Jelly, but I might be mistaken. I don't know that. I know that Jelly had a link to this being and was merely a conduit to help relay messages to Lord Casper to this being. But it seemed like when Lord Casper came back in, that he was able to communicate with this being somehow as well. it made contact with me into my mind directly. And I never saw it. It seemed like it was from far away, which means that's why I think it is so terrifyingly powerful. It didn't even need to be anywhere near me to see into my mind.
Nate, I'm gonna throw this out. It's just an idea. Could Hiromi possibly like help Lorelai try to like shield herself from this voice if it's like tries to invade again?
Do you have an ability for that? Like a mechanic you're circling around as an idea, is like to try and execute on that?
Intellect Fortress.
Yeah.
That's a spell.
Yeah, oh yeah, I got that.
Like, do you have that built in through Akumu kind of thing, like a resistance to detect thoughts or anything like that? Like
we do have the ability to like go into somebody's mind and detect their thoughts, and also I have an ability that Hiromi can use where it's I get advantage against like being charmed. It's like possessed mind or something like that. But that's about it. No like.
I would say like
ability.
Potentially you could try and reverse engineer that mechanically, but it's not. Mm-hmm. It would very much be like I feel like you would know instinctively anything you would want to try and do. It's like, well, Lorelai's got to consent to like Akumu, like probing her brain, right, to help her assist, right? So
yeah,
it's like very much like I can stand here and help you potentially, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So she would definitely offer that help, maybe guide her or teach her like how to be aware of her own mind and like shield it against, other minds.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you couldn't like teach her. You would have to. Mm-hmm. You would have to make a connection in the moment, or
gotcha.
And like mechanically, yes, but it'd be like, hey, you want to be a host? I got a couple of passengers in here.
Yeah,
they're a little animalistic.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, she was gonna talk about the host as well.
Lorelai.
Yes.
When Casper died, because we know that Jelly died too. In the order of events,
that's what I was
who
just
died
thinking
first? Who died first?
When I was leaving, was Jelly was already dead, right?
Yeah, Jelly died through your connection. Lord Casper came to the room when you guys all left, and then you heard him die.
Yeah, so he died after Jelly was dead, so Jelly was no longer a conduit, so this thing reached out to Lord Casper directly. What was my understanding?
So, I find that very odd. I think something is on the ship. If that happened. If Jelly was a conduit and it died before Casper, I don't think it would swap to a different. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking someone else might be in disguise of doing something else.
Could Lorelai try and focus a little bit on the connection she feels and see if she can at least get an idea of like how far away this like other mind is? Does it feel close in proximity to her, or does it feel like it's great distance away?
Pause and close your eyes and start just feeling on that connection and a sense of scale and space. Feels hundreds of miles away to your west.
Lorelai will kind of open her eyes and let out a breath. Truly, I do just believe that this being is so powerful. I don't think it needed Jelly there to be able to communicate or kill Lord Casper. I can still somewhat sense it, and it feels far, far away. I do think that the Kraken Society, though, holds the answers to what happened to the giant king and queen.
Do you have anything you found in that room that could?
Oh yes, and Lorelai would like take out all of her the shorthand notes that she made very quickly when she was reading through all of the correspondence and stuff like that, and show everyone everything. And my notes of the are from that interaction are mostly just like that. Lord Casper has been communicating through the Kraken with the Kraken Society. He mentions the leader, but not by name. He mentions let me just.
Well, he mentions the leader by name, and the odd detail is like even with all these correspondence, there wasn't any correspondence from the leader, which gave the impression that telepathy was at work.
Okay.
So
this leader. Do I think that this leader is this entity that was able to communicate with?
I think that's fair. I'm fine with you guys connecting the dots on that. Yeah. Whoever this entity is, that's most likely who the name was referring to. Let me get.
Does the leader have a name?
I'm scrolling to try and find it.
I know. It's a very weird name, so it's not easy to remember. I'd have it in my notes somewhere. I just had it.
Yeah.
Slarkrathel.
Yep.
It's totally normal, usual name. Nothing to be worried about here.
I can spy on him.
Slarky for short.
How so?
I have scrying.
Don't you have to be familiar with that person?
I think I got a name.
That is totally up to Nate. How familiar you have to be for scrying.
It's been a while. Let's take a look at scrying. You can see and hear a particular creature you choose as on the same plane of existence as you. The target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target and the sort of physical connection you have to it. If a target knows you're casting a spell, it can fail the saving throw voluntarily if it wants to be observed. Unsuccessful save, the target is affected and you can't use spelling, and if you fail save, the spell or creature has a visible sensor within feet of target, and you can see and hear through the sensors if you were there. The sensor moves with a target with remaining 10 feet. Instead of targeting creature, you can choose a location. You have seen before as a target of the spell. When you do this, All right, so let's look at what the modifiers say. Second hand, you have heard of the target, so they would have a +5 on their wisdom saving throw against the attempt. But yeah, you have a name, so you could attempt it.
This terrifying entity, all powerful, with a +5, could definitely fail, right? Totally. Totally possible.
Are they made aware if it fails?
Ooh, good question.
I don't think so.
Because my
I
wisdom.
also don't think so.
I have to do a wisdom save of 20. But a +5, that would probably be a 25, wouldn't it?
No, 15. It would only have to pass. It would only have to get 15 because it gets a +5 to its roll.
Yeah, whatever its wisdom save is, it gets a +5 to that against your normal spell save DC.
Okay, yep. So it'd be a 15.
I may have another route that we could take if we think that scrying is too dangerous. I met some ladies on the ship, and they spoke of a secret society. It could be this Kraken Society that you're talking about.
And we can find more about this person.
That's a great idea. A little bit more information would be much preferred before I think we would try to engage Slarkrathel directly. Sorry.
No, it's a name. 100% a name.
They called
But I
themselves...
remember the king is... I also have... The king is still on the move.
Yep.
Right, Nate? That the giant king isn't actually...
Well, so funny enough, when I say this connection, so there's the connection, which it itself, if you've sensed on it long enough, it also moves. But you also do, the what you read, I don't know if you mentioned this, I apologize, but the king's being moved around on a ship, and the ship I think is that the Morkoth is the name of a ship that seems to be housing the king through your clue. I don't like say it like plainly, but through the coded language, you understand it as Morkoth.
No, thank you. I appreciate the context. So the giant king is still on the move. He's traveling on the ship called Morkoth. So if we can figure out where Morkoth is, we might be able to figure out where the king is. And the Kraken Society definitely has something to do with the death of the queen.
Maybe I can scry the
I even remember now this was important, is that the Kraken Society was intentionally framing the Lord's Alliance for the Queen's death.
Mm.
So it's a whole thing. A whole conspiracy. That's what I was looking for. It's a whole conspiracy.
These women that I spoke to, they were Thieves Guild, called themselves the Hand of Yatar. They might know information about it. Is it
Certainly
Yatar or
can't
Yartar? It's Yartar, right? Damn, who's scraping the ice cream?
I thought it was scraping a sword. Or someone's getting their dagger ready.
Someone's scraping the
Yeah,
bottom of the bowl.
Maris is sharpening her daggers.
That's what it sounds like.
Damn, just get some more.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yes, but it's her routine.
There is something else as well. I promised these ladies that I would put on a performance as Hiromi.
Oh yeah,
What I
Archie,
was-
we gotta help her.
Yeah.
She feels like she's not much of a performer, and I feel like you and Ishka. I feel like
Listen, I'm a good bullshitter. I'm not a good performer, okay? Don't get them mixed up.
what's the difference?
Romy, you're an amazing performer. Just remember the Seneschal Ball.
That wasn't a performance. I was fighting for real.
Did she kill
It
someone?
was stunning.
Did she kill someone, right?
Yep, killed and ate.
That's a good performance.
And who do you suggest that I kill and eat this time?
Could mess me up. I can take it.
It does. You don't actually have to eat someone. You know, a performance is all about the spectacle, the story. So, is there a way we can pretend that you eat somebody?
She kind of holds her head up high. It is difficult for me to pretend to fight.
Oh, eat? Tend to eat.
Difficult and impossible. Two different things.
Maris has a point.
I
Or
shall
Susan.
try.
You did perfectly
Akumu and
fine
I-
with our pretend fight.
I wouldn't say perfectly, Ishka. One of the entities did try to eat you.
Well, yes, but I didn't get 8, so you did pretty good.
That's exactly what I'm worried about with this performance. While Ishka and I were rehearsing, one of the Gajini inside of me attacked her, and Akumu and I luckily gained control, but what if it happens again and we lose control?
Good point.
Is there like a
They
failsafe
are
for?
much like when we were first bonded. They hunger. They do not think beyond themselves.
If it were possible to pair these Gajini to somebody, I wouldn't have to worry about harming Ishka or anybody for this performance. But I can't kill them, and I wish to not ask any of you to take on this burden.
I mean, I think it would be very entertaining. I would be more than willing to fight you because, well, it's more than I think. Sorry. Never mind. Skip me.
Oh, she said.
No, I had an idea, but then I realized it was a bad idea. So
She'll get eaten.
yeah, no, I was like, oh, maybe this will work, and then I realized that no, I would just die. It's fine. Ignore me.
Hiromi, roll an insight check for me.
Okay. Insight. Ugh. I'll use my inspiration on that. 16.
So Hiromi kind of is exploring the idea of the entities bonding with another person. I do think Hiromi would think along the lines of, yes, I can introduce these primal creatures, but I do think there would be a moment of reflection on Hiromi's part of like, how long did it take for you to be able to grow and accommodate and not control, but form a Kumu to not eat nobles randomly in the middle of the night, right? Like, so you would know just bonding them with someone is not necessarily going to be, here you go, now you can control them. Yeah, it would be, that's a process. And you risk the person taking on that of, being maybe dominated themselves if they don't have a strong enough will as you do.
Right. Okay. Yeah, she would definitely, give out her fair warnings, which is why she was like reluctant to ask. I'm also asking you knowing that this might not be a temporary thing. It may be permanent. I don't know how to separate you from them once it's done. And then there is also the trouble of it being hungry all the time.
I know that feeling.
Samaris, roll insight check or perception check.
Oh god.
Wait,
Samaris.
insight check or perception check?
Yep.
God damn it. 22.
22. Caleb, roll a deception check.
Oh.
Was I telling a lie?
Just go for a deception check.
Okay, 19. That's pretty good for Christmas.
Samaris, when Caleb makes that comment, I know that feeling. You definitely have, your personal experience with what Caleb's referencing. But I think there's a little extra weight behind his words that Samaris would be able to be in tune with and understand. It's like, did something happen? You haven't heard of Caleb having any hunger, but I do think your instincts would be kind of something about how Caleb said that would be not, maybe alarm's not the right word. Yeah, suspicious.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Noted.
So, does this being have like a fail-safe? Is there like a weakness just in case like something goes awry and we have to use it? Maybe like a temporary.
Oh, you're talking about the Gajini?
Mm-hmm. Like a temporary.
She nods her head. Fire and thunder. Those are the weak points. And she's like, that's big for her. She just told you like one of her own weaknesses. And that of like the Gajinis.
Oh, we should have took that to private chat away from Nate.
No! Got him.
Well, above table, I knew that's the weaknesses for symbiotes.
Yeah, no, they literally took that straight from Venom.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, what happens if any of these involved? Do they die, or are they just stunned?
I suppose if you did enough damage. The thing with the Gajini is once you bond, you both are injured. You slowly become one. So if the Gajini dies, I don't know if you would survive it as well.
I think there's also an extra layer for Hiromi too, of when you saw the Kuzakurin in Manshun's labs, like his chambers where Warden was experimented on, you would probably recognize too and question, what is the trauma like for your own mind if you were ever to be severed from him after you've bonded for so long?
Yeah.
Like, would that just kill you? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if Hiromi has the answer to that, but I do think that's a legitimate fear she could have or concern.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay. So what's the plan?
Well, I made a promise to perform for these noble women, and I intend to uphold that. I'm sure I can do a performance without fighting any of you. We can think of something.
So, have you ever, in your training, I know that you had very extensive training in the fighting arts before this. Did you not ever have demonstrations of skill? I don't. Lindsay doesn't know the word for this, but like you guys have definitely seen like martial artists, right? They do like forms or dances, right, where they have like a series of like things that they use to show off their cool skills and shit, right?
Yeah, like
Like,
a kata or something like that. Is that
yeah,
what it's
Lorelai
called?
would like describe that thing. Be like, you could definitely show your really cool powers, you know, that way. Maybe.
So, my question: are you afraid of going too far and killing one of us?
Because we could heal each other, you know? You could fight one of us and we would be able to help.
Well, I have an idea where. How about Hiromi fights me?
Well, you see,
She gets like wide-eyed.
Caleb, aren't you, don't you usually stay to the back of fights?
Yeah, I'll stay in the back of this one.
What?
Maybe.
So we will bring in one of the war forges that I have in the belly of the ship and bring it to the fight, and I can animate it as animate object, and it will fight in my stead. And then Hiromi can fight the Warforge, and I will have control of the Warforge.
I would be much more comfortable fighting one of your machines than one of my friends.
And then hopefully, maybe everyone else can try to find a way more about the Kraken Society and to try to find this king, the giant king, while we're distracting the rest.
Do you think that subterfuge or direct questioning would be a better way of gathering information, Hiromi? You were the one who met this woman. What was the impression you got? Do you think if we were significantly persuasive and maybe with some light bribery, do you think that they'd be willing to part with information? Or do you think we'll need to get it by force somehow?
I believe that going into a den of thieves and attempting to steal information wouldn't end well. But
good point.
The woman was very open and seemed like she could be persuaded. That would be my route that I would suggest.
Oh, many of us are very persuasive, yourself included, Hiromi. Don't put yourself down. You're very charismatic.
Thank you, Lorelai.
Lorelai's like doing that like elbow, like gentle elbow, wink, wink, nudge, nudge thing.
She definitely gets red in the face.
Do you have a way of contacting her?
She said that they were in Yartar. I think didn't she say the name of the group was the Hand of Yartar? I wrote that down, but
I think she did.
okay. I wrote down Hand of Yartar - Thieves Guild.
I'm pretty sure she did. Yeah, because I wanted to be very transparent that. It's the same
I
organization,
I want to make sure. Okay, I put Secret Society ? Hear me get an introduction to these noble ladies who might have a connection to the Kraken Society. Hand of Yartar Thieves Guild. I'm hoping that's right.
It sounds correct to me.
Okay.
Did Samaris ever mention the Thieves Guild to the Misfits?
She would have at some point. And like, because what it was, Tamsin kind of heard of them, and then she tried to do some searching as well. So I think she would have brought it up at some point.
100%.
Well, it seems like we have plenty of connections. Then, quite a bit of bargaining power.
So start with the Hands of Yartar.
Yes, see what we can uncover.
I think it'd be beneficial for both sides. For a lot of for you and Samaris.
All right.
Or all of us. Yeah.
Would you or Samaris like to contact your connections, or do you both want to, or how should we make first contact?
Question. I forgot about that she's on the ship.
Oh, also,
Hello?
we're
Huh? What's up? Sorry. We've been playing cards. Oh, you're not actually talking to me? I'm sorry. I heard you say question on the ship. What's up? Were you actually reaching out the question on the ship? I just heard question on the ship.
Yeah. Or she'll like grab somebody had a sending stone, or they use a message.
I think Caleb has a sending stone
yeah,
too.
sending stone.
Caleb has with Mariana.
Question, we need to come pick us up in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, question also has a sending stone, and I know Shion had it at one point, but one of you have it. I don't care who.
I think I have it now.
Yeah, I think Samaris has it now.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, she kind of just leaves it hanging, so Archie could easily grab it. Okay. Yeah.
He'll probably just like grab your hand and like yell into the stone. Question, come pick us up in 5 minutes. We're in the middle of the woods.
I'm in the middle of playing cards. We're gambling and having a great time. Got whiskey. Where are you? In the woods? I'm not from this world. Where are we? I'll go tell Mariana. She seems... It cuts off.
I love that running joke. So great.
Yep.
A few minutes later.
Contacting them. Oh, sorry. I was just going to answer Lindsay's question about contacting them. I don't think Samaris has a direct contact with them. It was just kind of like, oh, we like know of this.
I do think Tamsin, because she rolled really good on her check, if I remember correctly. So like she has a strong in her own way, but she might have been a little more secretive about it. But she unfortunately wasn't able to track it down in that brief moment of time with you, because it was kind of like you were attempting to do it, following her lead. Do I have that defined right now in my improv imagination? I do not. But I do think you would have your own connection, like, oh, there was a certain maybe bar or tavern, or that's their front, and then through there, it's kind of how you make contact, or something like that, right? Like you would or talk to this person in this location, but more on the secretive side, right? Like the more of the underbelly of Yartar connection, while Hiromi's is more of this noble lady, this more of a public figure, front-facing kind of thing.
We got multiple ins.
Caleb, the very fast-talking tiefling says you need a pickup. Can you please ping your location, or to give me directions?
Sure. Yep, sure thing. And he just points up in the air and shuts off firebolts.
To be fair, you guys are days away from your ship.
Oh,
Because
God.
remember, you had to walk like a day or two to Yartar. So
Because we're setting up camp.
I think so there'll be a bit of
around.
time here. I do think you could give them directions though, like go to the river, go down, you'll see a wreck, or we're in the woods, right?
And
Look for the firebolt.
it's a faster ship, right? It can go faster than we would walk, so it could probably get here much sooner than we could walk to it.
It goes as fast as you can walk.
Yep.
But it's
It'll
like
be
a
here
bird. It's as the bird flies, though, right? So it would not have to go through the dips and turns and twists as everyone else. So it would be a bit of a journey for it to reach you all.
Could we meet it? Could we like walk towards it to cut down on time?
Let me find the world map. I'm going to put in this my own frame of reference real quick. Because you guys were only a couple. To be fair, you were only a couple hours downstream from your tar, right? It wasn't like you were a day's journey down.
Exactly. Like we had been going for maybe 5 or 6 hours.
Because I think I even kind of like pinged because you get, I would say like they, you guys were parked just in the hills southeast, and they took the river south because the idea was to lead past Waterdeep and out into the ocean. I'd say they would take 24 hours, but in my mind, no, it doesn't really matter. But I imagine the ship crashing on the west bank. So if you guys wanted to, but you're also exhausted, Lindsay, Lorelai. So like long rest is probably in the cards.
That would be nice.
But I'd say
I would
after a
love to set
long
up camp.
rest and set camp, have a cozy little night, and the ship could arrive in the morning. Like I'm fine with that narrative.
Cool. That'd be amazing.
Just for you guys' own reference too, I remember Harshnag's in Yartar. You guys left him at the docks, but for your
Right. We should go. We should meet up with him before we meet the Hand of Yartar and tell him all this stuff.
All right. Anything else for you guys? Because you set up camp. Long rest will go off without any hitches. There's no more twists and turns for me here. Anything else you guys would like to do, or during your camp?
Smaris would pull Caleb aside around the campfire and ask about. Maybe not pull him aside, but kind of like talk quietly. Hey, did you mean about getting hungry earlier?
I think it's coming back. Actually, it is coming back. I think when Lorelai wanted me to get close to Glinda, it's just a little too close. And then the moves, I haven't been in any relationships before, and trying to flirt my way or try to, for the mission, it's kind of like my first thing ever. But being that close to the warm body, it was kind of, it was hard. But I, stand back. Well, I didn't really stand back, but I held the urge as much as I could, thinking of what happened between you and I, which, still haunts my mind. And then, when I teleported away, one thing was to separate myself from her, for, I guess, the love potion or whatever happened, made it more intensified. So while I was away, in my, sorrows, as he kind of quotes, does air quotes, on the ship in my imaginary area, that I had some blood wine with actual blood in it. Hopefully it was kind of like the help with the hunger, but it feels like it's getting worse.
that the first time recently that's happened?
Yeah, I've been been sober for quite a while, but I think that being close and getting that one little taste, it's like feels like it's coming back, like almost like well, it's hard to control, but I managed to control it this time, but I'm just afraid it might happen again.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Well, I don't know. It'll be. I don't know what will happen. How I controlled it before, with all experiments, diluting blood, making it last longer, and then finally, it got to the point where it's like, okay, well, I don't really need to feed or siphon life anymore. But yeah, maybe I have to do that again.
Well, I'm not turning you into, where the cops are in this neck of the woods or anything. Just wanted to check in on you.
I really appreciate it. But yeah, it's. I'm not going to tell you to try to sleep with your eyes open. Actually, you don't need to sleep. Right? No. Yeah, sleep with your eyes open. But I don't know. I think we'll figure a way.
We will. We always do. I mean, save the world how many times now? I think we can figure this one out.
I think the best way for me is for me not to get too close to anyone. Maybe that'll help. Like when I say close, like touching close. Because if I feel that body heat from anyone, I think it might. I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll go through it.
Yeah. Well, you need me to find food for you that's not me. Let me know.
Yeah, I think last time that happened, yeah, someone helped and we dragged someone in the alley. But I didn't kill him. No.
Just be careful. Please.
I will try.
For your sake.
Yeah, because I don't know what the new people would do if they find out.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, I trust you well enough because, I'm sorry it happened to you. But it's always going to haunt my mind.
Well, I won't say I'm over it, but I've known you a long time now, and I understand it wasn't intentional.
Yeah, and I don't blame you for not being over it because I'm not over it either.
Well, I don't hold it against you. Put it that way.
Well,
if everyone decided to hold against me every mistake I'd made, yeah, I wouldn't have friends. So
you don't make mistakes.
If you say so.
I mean, you did take a platinum statue with you.
Are you saying that's a mistake? Because that was one of the best decisions I've made in like the past few months.
That's why you don't make mistakes.
Oh, I mean, I make other mistakes.
Oh.
That was just it's been a pretty good day for me, actually.
Yeah, it has. You're gonna sell it? We're gonna put it in your room that you wished for.
I don't know. I might have to get Archie to wish for some more space for us.
Well, I have a feeling he's gonna probably wish for unlimited supply of cheese puffs.
Oh, he absolutely is. I'm not even gonna pretend like he's gonna do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you.
But we know we meant for I meant for you to hear me.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
Go to sleep.
I would love to, but werewolf ears, and you keep yapping, keeping me up.
Just don't dream of wishing for cheese puffs.
Oh, this would be a fun little thing. He gets up to like walk close to you guys. He like takes one step and then just teleports to you. And he's like pauses like with his finger up, like right in front of your face. He looks shocked.
You've never seen him teleport before.
What
I was gonna say, I was like,
is that?
Archie, what the fuck?
Whoa!
Read my books?
Did I do that?
Well, apparently so.
No fucking way! And he like goes to take another step and just stays where he's at. Aw.
Well, that'll come in handy.
Right? Yeah. Maybe that Dom guy isn't so bad after all.
Oh.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. Maybe you got a little bit of Dom inside you.
He literally glares so hard at you.
Archie wishes.
Mm-hmm.
La 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 la, I can't hear you. I'm going to bed.
See, so that's how we get him to stop listening to us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, well, I'm gonna go to bed, but like I said, let me know if you need anything.
Will do. I'm just gonna chill over there.
Okay. Chill and not eat blood. Yeah?
Yeah, I'll try not to siphon people's souls.
Okay, great. Cool. Good night.
Have a good night.
Caleb, as you kind of pass, maybe turn and maybe step away, put some distance between you and the party a little bit for this night's sleep. You look over the fire and you see your sister sharing some nuggies with Hiromi, and you see Akumu there, and you see Akumu take some of the loopy nuggets and lets out this like symbiotic finger. It gets very sharp, and he puts them on there, and he puts them over and hovers them over the fire and starts roasting some loopy nuggets.
He's gonna eat your whole stash. Bishka, be careful.
I've got plenty.
He thought Archie was a bottomless pit.
Iska, do you have bread?
Bread?
Mm.
I mean, the loopy nuggets have bread on them. Wait, anybody know if we have bread in the bag of holding?
Moldier,
put any?
the better. If you want there to be bread in the bag of holding, you could say there's bread in the bag of holding.
I'm sure there's rations in there.
Okay.
Bread in them.
Yeah, Ishko will just like open up the bag and kind of think about bread.
Your
Well,
choice. Is it
I
moldy
mean-
or good bread?
It's like getting ready to turn moldy.
Mm.
So,
In Kuzakara, they had something they called hot dogs. I want to try and make it with loopy nuggets.
oh, that actually sounds really good.
Puts the loopy nuggets into the bread. Needs it. That doesn't
Really
have
would
to
be a hot dog.
Too bad it's not a real dog like in Kuzakara.
Oh my god.
Sorry. That doesn't have to be true if you don't want it to be.
Ishka's eyes widen.
Sorry, I don't want it to fall.
Anything.
That was not supposed to be a stereotype of like eating dog in other countries. I apologize. That was just improv. That was not supposed to be a. It's supposed to be a hot dog joke for Akumu, who likes to eat real creatures. You are a good performer, Lorne Ishka. I like your magic tricks.
Yeah, they'd be pretty good. I'd be really good at magic tricks.
They say, who will perform? Hiromi, not a good performer. Ishka, you perform for the ladies.
I could teach Hiromi too.
What do you think, Hiromi? We learn magic from Ishka.
She her eyes kind of change back in Hiromi. She can try her best, Akumu, but if I'm a bad performer, that means you are a bad performer as well.
It's because you have 2 left feet.
I'm going to bed.
Because I have a left foot.
Practice makes perfect.
And you have left foot, so we have 2 left feet. I explained the joke. Maybe I am performer. Ishka do magic and I do stand up for the ladies.
Perfect combination.
Oh man, what a performance.
Will be hit across this world.
A guy who explains his jokes after saying them.
The reason why it's funny is because it's a priest and
That's funny.
All right. Anything else for the long rest? All right. Morning comes. So above table, the ladies of Yartar, the Lady Thieves Guild. It sounds like you guys are going to link up, use them for a connection, right? I planted that seed through improv, and I'm like, ooh, I could build a whole thing from that, and we could explore it, and we could make a whole RP thing out of it. Maybe there is conflict, maybe there's a high, but that's growing things that I wasn't intending for this arc. So do you guys want to mess around with that, or would you like me to truncate, make it shorter and to the point, so you can get on to the next big beat to resolve the giant story in the Storm King's Thunder, so therefore you guys can get on to the next stories? Does that make sense?
I personally, if anyone has obviously a desire, like if Hiromi really wants to play out the performance, that kind of stuff, we can do that, but I'm more than happy to truncate it so that we can we go and connect with them and couple roles and get the info we want and move on, kind of thing.
Yeah, I second it. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Excellent. Yeah, because my improv brain is like, oh, I can start to develop something. I don't know about the hands of HR, maybe there's a highs, maybe they try and eat one of the ladies, blah, 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 and but I do think keeping it short and to the point. So the next morning, you are picked up by the bastard. All the nobles curse you, flick you off, give you inappropriate fantasy hand motions to curse you. As you all have a giant ship in the sky come and swoop you up while they're waiting. They waited all night for little ships to come down the river and pick them up. And you're like, bye, motherfucker, we out.
Hey, we're very important people. We have places to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so long rest, everyone's leveled up, so everything's moving forward at mechanically full swing. You pick up Harshnag, you explain the situation to him, etc., through Hiromi, and you make contact with the noble lady. And so there's an audience, and there is the performance and such. I won't go into too much narrative with it. Hermie, give me one performance check. Your reputation here on this and on the Sword Coast is in jeopardy if you roll poor on your performance check.
Oh God!
Can I wait? Can I give her the help action?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
By doing
It's
like
not like I'm
fancy-
bad either. I have a +5. I've just been rolling hella low.
How did you want to do it, Lorelai? How did you want to do the help?
She's gonna do like fancy, like imagine like the leader of a 3-ring circus, like MC kind of style, like in full introductions, little magical flares, like when she lands, like she'll do like sparks will fly from the floor and things like that. So she's gonna like essentially embellish her performance using like her illusion spells and stuff.
Excellent. Yeah, go and roll one more. You have advantage.
There we go.
Excellent. Not, which is ironic here because I don't think Hiromi cares about her reputation at all as a performer. But whatever you guys end up doing with it, right, is still good enough that if you start to keep going around the right circles, they'd be like, "Oh, it's Hiromi of Sugazakura."
She hates that shit.
Curiosity, not that we have to do a big discussion of what you guys did, but they would definitely have been interested in Ishka because Ishka was a part of the performance, and if you remember correctly, Ishka rolled better, so this lady and would have wanted Ishka to be a part of the performance. Do you participate like you did before Ishka?
Well, of course.
Excellent. And you guys, let's just, I'm sorry, I try not to make a big thing, but I do think that there could be fun repercussion check for Ishka. Roll a performance check with advantage, Ishka.
$16.
Excellent. So we have Hiromi of Kuzakura. What's a good nickname for Ishka? Even if you even give them your real name, like I don't know if you would want to do anything silly with it, but Ishka of Barovia, Ishka of the Mist. What do you think they might start the word of this performer of martial prowess, this black dragonborn, this warrior woman? You got any ideas? You like Ishka of the Mist, Ishka of Barovia? Ishka the Unchained?
Ooh. That one's fucking cool.
Yeah, or like something to do with your blood glaive.
Ooh,
Ishka the Butt Smacker.
How's it go?
Unchained the Butt.
Unchained the Butt.
Wait, I'm sorry. Ishka the Unchained Butt.
Oh.
Sorry.
I like that because they would definitely be saying like Ishka is the unchained butt.
Yep.
By the end of it, they were like, sorry, I'm not trying to lean into the wrestling aspect of it like we did in the Misfits on Thursday, but I do imagine the end of it like, give him the butt. Give her the butt. And you're like showboating with the butt of your the glaive. So you put on a good performance, and now there's starting to be some whispers. Samaris, I do think you and Tamsin would come also because a whole guild of ladies, like right up your alley, right? And like I feel like the two of you, and with such a great performance of the friends and everything like that, like relationships are established, and that's odd, but like you have a connection to the underbelly now of this world at the very least, in this region on this world, so that could be new and exciting for you all. You would spend like a day here. Do you want to do like one of your like Tamsin rolls during downtime? Because I feel like with the hands of Yartar, they could like give you advantage.
Yeah.
So, like no pressure, but like anytime you guys are in a city, I feel like it's an excuse to dust it out or use it.
Where is that on my?
I think it's in your features.
Features. Restless Thieves, yeah.
Also, Archie, roll or refresh your D&D Beyond page. When you get a moment, before I forget.
Oh god.
And then look in your inventory.
Oh. Refresh math.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, sure. We'll go for this would be with advantage because of the
hands
hand.
of Yartar, yeah.
Okay. We'll go for a fell off the wagon roll.
Yes.
I'll
Even I don't
copy
remember,
that.
so let me pull it up actually.
I'll paste it in the chat.
Yes. Sorry, I'm laughing at my own fun. I forgot what the little color commentary I put in.
Yeah.
Ooh, a roll upon the magic item table to see what can be found. Limited common, or rare items. Yeah, so this would be your investigation check, right? With a DC 25 at advantage. And I can have a choose to pull out the wheel. The wheel of morality. Turn. What?
I do have to roll a nat 20 to get a 25, but let's see.
I always forget your I always assume, right, rogues investigations will be very high, but I forgot that's not your greatest one. So come on.
No, I used to have expertise there, but took it out. I think because my int is not great.
I'll not to take it from you as a role, but I imagine Lorelei would also be interested in the all ladies thing. And do you think Lorelei would be interested in gallivanting around Yartar and getting into trouble with the underbelly?
Hell yeah, she would. You know, Lorelei would love to schmooze with any powerful lady thieves that she can. Exchange tricks of the trade.
Samaris, sorry, I'm talking out loud to myself because you having to roll a nat 20 to even get a common. Because I think when I did write that DC, I'm imagining you rogues with a high investigation. I'm talking out loud my thoughts. It's like, well, maybe Lorelei comes along and she can make the roll. But let's do this because this is Samaris's feat, and so I want to fix it now for Megan Samaris. I'll allow you to turn into a perception check.
Okay.
Because it's like you're rolling for something random, right? So it's like, it's still not a guarantee, right? But excellent.
Here we go.
Excellent. All right, so 28, you do get it. Roll a D2 for me. Exclamation point, roll D2. This will be between an uncommon or rare because of the hands of Yartar. We'll still pull you in narratively, Lorelei, but I did want to make sure this was a Megan feature she can play with. Ooh, we get to roll on, or you get to spin on the rare.
Yeah.
All right, let me get a link for it. Do I just copy? I thought there was a share option. It looks like the UI is actually different from the last time I used it. Let me see, I'm not missing anything. I'll just do a copy and paste, I think. I think there's supposed to be a share option, but see if that works. See if that gets you to the rare. But before you do it, I gotta do my shtick.
Okay. What falls off the wagon?
All right, Samaris, come on down to your roll on the rare. Let's see what we got going on here.
Fortress. It's a fortress. Fortress. It's the fortress.
Crown of the Wrathbringer.
Oh, what is it?
Crown of the Wrathbringer.
Can you post it in chat? Because we can do an item lookup on it. I like the round of the Wrathbringer crown. Oh God.
Wow, why does it sound like Samaris?
I know. It's like the Helm of Dread or whatever it was he
does
has.
love to bring the wrath. Wait, how do I?
It's a exclamation point crown. Or exclamation point item and then crown.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
For his armor is in the shape of the enemy rune. When worn, the crown close. The play lights it draws members first strike plus malicious terror. When you attack roll against a creature and hit it while wearing this crown, you can spend roll one of your spins. Damn. Yeah, this is funny enough. You know, I talked to the Big B's Giants supplement because they had all these really cool items. You can see they use like the hit die in it.
Okay.
Spell. Interesting. Excellent. So you all have a night of gallivanting around, and you do a high stakes heist, pulling off from stealing from a noble.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And
Doesn't require concentration. That's sick.
It's attunement, but
yeah, it's always the issue.
that's okay.
Do you want to share,
Maybe
Archie,
it's-
what you got also? No pressure.
Oh yeah. Let me. Well, can I pop it up somewhere?
I wonder if I can. I don't know if I can do it through.
Oh, it's in Roll20.
Trick. Can I do homebrew? No, I don't think so.
Okay. Basically, so the coin holds the wish spell. After the wish spell is used, it can store up to one spell up to 5th level, and then it's also like a
Question,
trick coin.
It does say a spell of illusion or enchantment, though, right? I edited that. I'm making sure I hit save when I did
Oh
that
yeah,
earlier.
yep. Illusion or enchantment spell. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. And then it's a trick coin. So I was like, I didn't read all of it on the bottom.
The last part of it, though, is interesting. So you do want to read the last part.
Okay. Okay, the coin, which features a satyr on one side and an elf woman on the other, is a trick coin. Whoever holds the coin can change the face of the coin to be duplicates or to a desired outcome while the coin is being flipped. Oh, that's cool. Once a day, the coin can be flipped as part of the action, or as part of an action that requires a roll. The flip and the action happen simultaneously. Okay. All right. This is when my dumb brain kicks in. If the coin reads satyr, tail 1 in the case of a D2.
Yeah. So the boil it down, and this will make sense then when I talk it out, because I know it's a lot written there. So the coin that Archie has the ability. Let's say you go to make an attack roll, you can decide to use the charge on it while you do the swing, and you flip the coin. If it's tails, quote unquote, let's say you as Lauren could roll an actual coin, and the coin, the satyr coin, satyr's tails, but you could do an IRL coin and say it's tails, Nate. You give yourself disadvantage on that roll now. But if you roll heads, it's an advantage. And all that other gibbly goop is if instead of you flipping a coin, you do roll D2, or you roll a D20 as the other example.
10 or lower. Okay,
funny.
that makes sense.
A 1 and a 1. Yeah, so that's what that explains. So you can like try and give yourself advantage or risk it for a disadvantage on an important roll or something, or for funsies.
Okay. Yeah, once a day. Okay, cool.
Yeah, for the spellcasters, you after Archie uses the wish, if and when he uses the wish, you could put a level 5 or lower enchantment or illusion spell into the coin. It's kind of like the ring of spell storing. So fun little item the trickster
Nice.
coin. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Excellent. Anything you guys else want to touch on your tar? Anybody want to add any flavor or context or little wrinkles to your gallivanting? Excellent. So through them and such, you do begin to learn more about the ship, and there's very little indication of that ship, of that name, ever really docking anywhere in the Sword Coast. You know, them spreading through their little cells of connections through all different cities. And, you know, that would take a lot of time, but the little bit that they investigate, no one can really find too much about that, except for, let's tie the old narrative together. Where did you guys fight the Kraken Society? Do you Morai, remember? That was somewhere inland, right?
It was
in the. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It was in Zephy's tower. They came and tried to ambush us in Zephy's tower.
Zephy's tower, okay.
Yeah, while we were traveling, because they had. Excuse me. Yeah.
I think then that there would have been one instance of that name being listed, and that was in the city of Neverwinter. And so that would have been your clue, but still your strongest thing here is still the connection from Lorelei. So you, and if you don't mind me just helping you guys steer it, onto the next beat, you follow it, right? You follow the connection, and it does seem to be towards the direction of Neverwinter. So you all get on the Bastard and you set sail. through the
Yeah.
sky over the Sword Coast.
Cool.
There will be days of downtime here, so if you wanted to add anything into it, you can. Anything you do in your downtime, any projects, etc., as you explore and follow your little GPS tracker. And you go.
Lorelai
Mhm.
uses her newly developed sending spell, which I like narratively to think that she did in part, so that while she's doing all this traveling, she can better manage her, better manage the house and the her business and things like that. So I just like to imagine that she's doing like nightly, like every night she'll like do like a sending spell to like her aunt, her assistants, whatever, and do the as much coordination as she can, and is like working most of the day on continuing to do that coordination.
100%. Love it. Any other little details from anybody else want to perhaps mention?
This is just more of a logistical thing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't need to RP this out. I'm going to swap out in my 2-min slots the Gauntlets of Ogre Power, short-lived loves for the crown. Is there anyone else who would want those? Or, Charlie, is there anything that Caleb can do with those, even though he's not an artificer any longer?
Yeah, fortunately, no, unless we give it to Archie and he wishes for like the Giant's belt or gets the Hammer of Thunderbolt. Might
Do we
be
put it on your clay golem? Oh, they're probably already strong. Never mind.
unless I give it to
Archie already has the Ogre Power Gauntlets.
or give it to Mariana.
Okay.
These are ugly.
You know, I can make him.
Can I give them to Question?
Ooh!
Yeah.
What are these?
Good idea.
Oh god.
They make you super strong.
All right.
And
let's give it a
I
shot.
worry about you a lot, so you should have them.
Ooh. Uh-huh.
Wait, can the fire
Archie!
belt of the fire giant strength?
Archie!
Oh,
Archie, high
what do you
five.
want?
Mm-hmm.
Be like
He
this.
high fives her.
Crack!
He reveals.
Oh, you guys match now.
He pulls up his sleeve and reveals his own gauntlets of strength.
Oh, look at that. Twinsies.
Mm.
I want to punch
Where
something.
did you get those?
Samaris.
Samaris, why did you give her those?
Because I got this cool new crown.
Ooh. You know me, you can always reflavor it and however you want. What do you think your crown looks like? Or even if it's a crown at all?
I think it's some sort of like headpiece at least. I like that because I don't think she has anything like that. TBD on what it looks like, but
Excellent. Yeah, no worries. Ooh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Samaris. And she runs off, and like you hear a glass break. Oh, damn it!
That's funny.
Need a little bit more used to it. All right. Anything else? Because Lorelai, you are sensing the presence getting closer and closer.
I think I will warn everybody and ask, is there anything that we should do to prepare? Or this could be very dangerous. Perhaps we should have some kind of plan of attack. I mean, first of all, we're probably going to have to go in the water. Can everyone breathe underwater?
Archie holds up one of his 3 cloak of manta rays. No.
Hiromi goes, look what I got. And then Archie goes, I have one of those too.
I have a ring of swimming, so I should be fine.
if you stay within 30 feet of me, you gain the ability to breathe water and gain a swimming speed equal to your walking speed.
I'm going to need to stick
That's way
right next
better
to
than
you
what I
then.
have.
Yeah, because I do not have any kind of breathing underwater capabilities.
We do also have, I I think we still have. Oh, I still have sticky bubbles in my inventory, which I don't know what the official magic item is, but we got those in the Nether Deep. The like breathe underwater.
Oh, I have a potion of water breathing. Look at that.
Let me look up if I could make some of those. I don't.
What is it called,
bought one.
Samaris?
It listed as sticky bubble.
That's adorable.
Sticky bubbles. I wonder if you put that for yourself because I don't think they were.
I put that for myself, but
Okay,
it's
I'm
whatever
sure- no,
like
Yeah,
you
what the
can put
item
around
was.
your head and
I know they have like
breathe.
breathing bubbles. Like, was it called breathing bubbles?
Yeah, something like that.
Let's see.
Potions of water breathing are pretty inexpensive. I might be able to whip up some of those.
Oh, yeah, I think it's breathing bubbles. Yep. Explore Sky to Wild Mount.
Oh.
Actually, I'm sure you can get that from the boat. Yeah, so they had some of these because they did a lot of watering. So how many of those did you have?
Just one.
Just one. Okay.
Potions of water breathing are uncommon and they're worth 180 gold pieces. Would that be? That's an intermediate consumable. That's 3 hours of time. Or would that be easy? So I'm looking at the table.
Looking at the table. So you're trying to craft.
Yeah, I can make some of those. See if I could.
What's the name of
spend
the
some
document
time.
again?
Same magical prices.
Or not say magical.
Crafting system for consumables.
Crafting system for. Oh, that's not popping up in my quick search. Crafting system. There it is. All right, so you're looking to do a potion of water breathing, and I think that would be intermediate, on par with like potion of visibility and lesser restoration stuff, kind of like that. Yeah, I think that would be intermediate. You did have a couple days of downtime on the ship.
Yeah.
Well, I say a couple days, but I feel like you would all. Well, a ship was hinted at, but I do think once you guys pass Neverwinter, when it's really confirmed, like we're going into the water or we're going over the ocean, so maybe we should have some water stuff prepared. So I'll give you a day to officially start crafting potions of water breathing.
Okay, so we have
we can have this
one
conversation
breathing
on the way
bubble
there.
covered. So that's that. So we need how many of these?
I have one.
Jerome and
You
Archie
have one, so
are
it'd be-
good, so disclude them.
Okay. So just 3 then. No? For Ishka, Calum, and...
I don't need to breathe underwater.
Okay, just 2 then.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I will... Huh?
I said awesome.
He
Okay.
has to roll for him now.
Yeah. I will be... I actually don't think I can fail on this unless it's a 1, so...
Cool.
What do I use for this game?
I hope you roll a 1 so I can turn you into a fish.
Oh yeah, you make something all right. You just don't know what. Or dex modifier.
You got water breathing. When just the person drinks and they turn into a fish instead.
5 plus 5. Yeah, this is a plus 10. This is for number 1. Yeah, like 22 or 21 or something.
Excellent. Oh yeah, I forgot there's high quality versions. If your rolls are really high, there might be a little extra little bonus.
That was master quality. I don't know what that means for. Or wait.
No, that
it
wasn't high quality. You need to get 26.
Never mind.
Or higher.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes. It gets cut off. I was like, oh. All right, number 2. Yeah, like 19.
Okay. All right. So you have 2 successes. You took the 600 gold out of your inventory, right?
Yeah, I got
Excellent.
a stack of materials. I'm just subtracting, so I just need to make 2, right?
Sound like that. Pretty sure.
Yeah, everyone except Ishka.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I made 2. I will give one of those to Ishka, and we are set.
Actually, are we going to... We're still in Yartar, right?
No,
No,
you guys
we're
are
on the
over the ocean now and going. Oh, we're going out to the middle of the ocean. So you just passed the city of Neverwinter.
Because I want to buy a spell.
I mean, if it's something abstract and like you could have bought something in Yartar, so what were you going to try and buy?
I'm just gonna get the what do you call it? Mordekaiser Hound, Guard Hound.
Is it Morning Cannons?
Yeah, Morden
Faithful Hound.
Faithful Hound.
You conjure a phantom, and it's a level 4. Duration, artificer wizard. You defense all creatures except for you. All right. Man, I haven't had to do. Wait, no. Sane's I think has spell scrolls on it. That'll help with price. Roll an investigation check. You're gonna find it, but I just have a narrative wrinkle I want to tie to if you roll high enough. Oh, roll after one.
God.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'll get my inspiration.
You get your inspiration. Yeah, you find it. If you rolled high enough, the ladies of Yartar, which now is what I want to call them, would have helped you get it at a discounted price.
Oh.
Not that it's probably going to be breaking the bank too bad. All right, where's my document? All the references. Sane, magical, bam. And we're looking at spell scrolls. Items alphabetical. Where is... Sorry. There it is. Alphabetical items. 4th level. Bang, only 320. Yep,
I'll
so you
take
buy
it.
it. Yep, 320. You still need to make sure you do your costs. Unless you're just doing the scroll, or are you transcribing it?
I'm transcribing it to my book.
Yeah. Do you have the rules for the transcribing handy?
No.
All right, let's do that real quick. Because it will be you found the scroll, but then there is costs involved and time, and it's been forever since I've looked at the wizard transcription rules. We need game rules. You're a wizard. Copying a spell into the book. When you find a wizard spell, I will copy and paste it. And we can read it together. When you find a wizard spell, first level, you can get your plus 2 level, you can compare any for each level spell acrostics. So you could have got this Yartar, so time's fine because we're taking 8 hours, and so then it would be another 200 gold on top.
Okay. I will do that.
There you go. Faithful Hound. All right. Anything else?
Nope. That'll be it. And there's Faithful Hound.
Since this is site-based, Samaris, you see it first. You're in the middle of the ocean. Lorelai's probably standing there with you, helping direct the ship. Mariana gives a teenage sigh every time you make an adjustment. To bang off, blah, 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 blah. And Samaris, you see it. There's no islands, there's nothing, just vast, empty ocean and the horizon all around. You have some clouds in the sky, but it's very featureless. You see a little dot on the horizon. You point it out, and you all start approaching. And very much, you see what appears to be a ship of some sort. An odd ship, no sail, no mast, so it's a low silhouette, and you all are about 1,000 feet out. What would you like to do?
There. That's it.
Yeah, the presence is heavy here.
It's on there. Whatever it is. And if we're right, so is the king.
So what exactly is the plan?
Nate, did Lorelai get an idea when Lokarhamas was reading her mind? What did... Do I know what he saw or it saw? They saw?
In your thoughts and minds and stuff when he
Yeah.
like, unfortunately no. It would have been just a very whirlwind experience of random little snippets of memories, thoughts and stuff being just swirled about.
Slarkathol.
Carlothopson.
Forky.
Larky. That's thank you. There we are. We got it now. I would just warn everyone. I don't know how much he knows about us because I don't know how much they know about us because it was kind of hard to tell, but we can't underestimate that they might have some knowledge of our group or our capabilities. Should we try and board invisibly somehow?
Harshnag speaks up. Just bring him back into the narrative. Why don't we just attack the ship and take it by force? You're all strong and capable.
I don't know what if we know that the king is captive?
I'm inclined to agree with Harshnag. If they read your mind, then we've already lost the element of surprise.
Yeah. Think they know we're here.
Do that? I mean, we weren't planning on coming here when my mind was read, right? My mind was read back on the river cruise.
Somehow they might have a link still in your mind.
You're correct with your statement, Lorelai Lindsay, that you were not on the way to the ocean or anything like that when your mind was read.
Yeah, so they don't know that we're coming. And I think that Nate specified that it connection doesn't seem like it's a continued open connection to my mind. Or so like an imprint.
Almost like a scrying, in a sense.
The only way I can think of doing about this with stealth would to be coming from the water.
Right, exactly. Dive under the water, get inside, invisible. I know several of us can turn invisible, and Caitlin might be able to make us invisible for several of us invisible. As long as we don't attack or cast a spell, we can investigate at least.
Perhaps
maybe send word, or several of us can go investigate, and then send a signal up when we need then a big attack. The ship can dive down and attack with the ship and everyone else.
Captain Galen, can your ship be submerged? It can fly. Can it swim?
Fortunately, it won't. It doesn't have that capability. Another ship does. But
perhaps some of us shouldn't be invisible, and we can cause a distraction while those who are visible can try to find the king.
Could land
Sorry,
on the deck,
invisible
not the ship.
people. You wanted to cause a distraction. Visible people find the king, or vice versa.
Vice versa.
Right. Okay. I think that's a good idea. We can search for the king. That way, if he is being held captive, those of us who are invisible can break him out.
How is the weather looking right now?
Currently, it seems to be fine. So kind of blue skies, some scattered
Blue skies.
clouds,
No
white
overcast.
clouds, and no gray clouds in sight.
Well, but that's a great idea. Was that Hiromi or Archie that...
No, that was Hiromi.
Hiromi.
Just trying to strategize. Like if our ship was able to hide in overcast, it could drop down on them if we give them a signal.
No, but that's actually a great idea. What if the ship went down and attacked, and some of us were invisible, but like that was the distraction, right? You guys attack, and then one or two of us who are sneakier and try and go free the king during the fight, right? And then hopefully the king will be in good enough condition that he can help the fight too, right?
Hmm.
What do you think,
Seems
Harshnag?
like the best plan we have.
If that's the
Yeah.
path that you wish to take, I accept. But I think we're better served to show with a show of force.
Well, it would be a show of force, minus maybe. Do you think Samaris and I could do it, or because I don't want to. Caleb can also cast invisibility, but I don't want to take our best spellcaster out of the fight against.
Yeah, leave.
I think you should stay for the fight,
Mm-hmm.
especially if there's something that can read minds and might be doing other kinds of magic.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have Intellect Fortress on Wizard Calum, but I do have it on Artificer Calum.
My biggest
Artificer Calum
concern would
is
be separated from you here on the ship. How many of you would go? Us? All of us?
And split the party.
Well, I mean, I was thinking honestly, Samaris and I. What do you
And then
think?
the rest fight.
Yeah, because I'm sure it's going to be a very difficult fight. So if we're invisible, we slip away as quickly as we can and come back to the fight. Like we wouldn't. Hopefully, we would be able to get him out quickly.
So you are underwater, sneaking to the ship, and we attack on this bastard.
Attack the front, attack from the top. So everyone's drawn up to the top decks, and we can get in through a porthole or something.
How fast
What do you
can you
think?
swim?
Well, I mean, I was thinking that as you guys are going to attack, the bastard is flying down, charging towards this ship. Right before you guys get there, we would just drop right out, just jump off the side and jump into the water right next to the ship.
So you're attacking your manor. I have no qualms with this myself.
What do you think, Samaris?
I can feather
Sorry, I
fall.
took a drink of water at the wrong moment. Yeah, sounds good to me. And Mr. Giant Man, I can swim as fast as I can walk. And if this one, she points her thumb at Lorelei, sticks close by, she can do the same.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I was afraid of the ship outflying you while you swam beneath the surface. But if we're already there...
I think I can feather fall, you guys, so you don't make a big splash.
I can actually, I might be able to take care of that.
Yeah.
Just remember not to cast a spell while...
Right.
Just making sure you remember. Yeah.
I think that if we are jumping off right as the giant flying ship is attacking, they might not really be focused on watching the water.
Would you all like to, the crew going in for the fight, would you like to have Trixie? And she pulls out her figurine of Wondrous Power, Obsidian Steed.
Oh,
Caleb would look pretty good on that.
yeah.
Is this the one
The
that
whole
turns
bond
into
thing.
the nightmare?
Nightmare.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
okay.
her name is
I remember.
Trixie.
Yeah, I love it.
Typical Strahd's offspring.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I might take that. I might use it. Give it a little
Oh,
intimidation.
thank you.
Naturally,
Right
I'm
over.
gonna stay here and fight.
Well, you do have the catapult.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Maybe this would be a good time to use it. You just.
Does that not hurt you?
Don't worry about that.
Not now when I can teleport.
Ooh, yes. Can. Yeah, that sounds good.
Can you please tell him, Caleb?
I-
Please tell him,
Yes,
Charlie.
yes.
Tell him.
Yes.
It actually might be. Actually, Caleb, I think it would be nice if you could cast Featherfall on us.
Okay.
Just because I'm looking at I knew that I had a way to like prevent me from falling to my death, but that also involves sprouting a giant pair of bat wings, which might be a little obvious, not quite as surreptitious as we're hoping for.
Okay. And it's only a level 1 slot, so it's not going to bug me.
Thanks.
So I'm going to say this for your strategizing. There is a catapult on the ship, and I have designed rules for it. It's up to Charlie if he wants to tell you what the rules are, but there are rules around it and how it operates. So use that for your strategies.
Alright, let's see if I can post it.
Warden does have slow fall.
You know you want to go with the catapult.
I do want to go in the catapult.
Yeah. It's going to copy paste. Hopefully it's not too long. There we go.
On your knees and kiss your ass goodbye.
This is one of my favorite things I've ever designed. Just so you guys know.
Oh my god, werewolf have a special range attack weapon.
Oh my god.
Sounds like a fucking anime move.
Oh yeah,
A
the
willing
nightmare does
werewolf.
have a fly speed if that comes in handy.
Alright, yes.
You have to read all of it, though. It's so good.
Okay, are you
A willing
okay? It gets impact, only creatures can use. Only creatures can use it. Not creatures.
So only one can be. I could just jump off the fucking boat.
Oh,
or
wait,
the
no, there's
ship.
more. Are you not posting it, Charlie?
Oh.
Yeah, there's more to it.
Yep. So this is the other half.
Oh my lord.
They plummet to their death.
Well, there's water beneath us, so I don't think that's part
Jeez,
of it.
Christ, Smith.
This is all you.
What I love about this, if it's a natural 1, there's still a chance you'll actually still hit the target, but that's the scenario where you'll take damage. But it's important to know that if you miss, you do continue moving past it. And there's like a D4 for if you're below. So like, let's say if he shoots above the ship, you keep flying 200, like a total of 100 feet. I think I was doing 200 before, but that was a lot of that was in the mindset of spell jamming in space. But in this, with gravity stuff, let's say you go a max of 100. So if you misfire, or like if you miss, you go 100 feet. But if you're like 40 feet away from the ship, that means Archie, you go, or Warden or whoever, you go 60 feet beyond it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Are you going to use this?
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna use it.
All right, Warden is going to immediately take off his ring of swimming and give it to her or him.
Oh, he puts on his cloak of mana ray.
Oh, I forget you have that.
So you
It's such a
lost with
stupid
I
item, and
literally
the
have
fact that
two
you
of them.
got. I think it's the fact that you have 2 of them is the reason I keep forgetting about it.
Yeah. Hiromi and him got the same fucking item out of like
Yep.
100.
Maybe I'll
get on there.
I'll
Look
give
at
it.
him! Look at it coming in handy.
I'll give the ring of swimming to Ishka for now, just in case.
Ishka, you want to go in the catapult?
Probably not. Do you want to?
Of course. Werewolf catapult. I have to. It was designed for me.
I'm just gonna go off the side.
Alright, well. Romy, would you like to be catapulted? You have the same cloak.
She very quickly shakes her head. We will
Lauren,
fly down.
Archie
thank you.
Hiromi is just going to be like one giant catapulted character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the weird thing, like, I'm just like, not saying this is strategic, but like the fun thing about it is like he could aim for the 200 feet, right? So you can get there a lot faster individually if that was your goal, right? I'm not saying that's what your goal is, but someone could get there well before the ship gets closer.
What time of day is this?
For me, it's just the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Currently, I describe it as kind of like a sunshine scene, so it's just the middle of the day.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys ready for this?
Let's
Get
do
the
it.
plan.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is cast invisibility on.
Well, you might want
Nice.
to. Well, no, I'm certain
Well, I
thinking
was
it's a
gonna say
minute.
on
That's an
myself
hour,
right
right?
before.
Yeah, it's like an hour.
Yeah, it's
right?
an hour. But I was gonna do it right before, like okay, the bastard is closing in on them. We've launched a werewolf and a samurai. We are about to,
Yeah, I'm gonna
50
start.
feet from
I'll just
collision.
start describing the
Okay.
frame events, and then people can start yelling out when they want to start trying to execute on things. So, like, I kind of described you guys like as 1,000 feet out, right, from this ship, and then sounds like you're directing the bastard to go right for it. And yeah, just correct me if something doesn't sound right. If you want to make me adjust something. So you guys are on your way. You're about 1,000 feet out currently. And you start closing the distance. I'd say about 600 feet out. It appears that the ship has noticed you and has turned, and now you are pursuing. So that just stretches time a little bit as you pursue it, and it's like the speeds are, going at it. But the bastard is much faster, relatively speaking, than a normal sailing, or I say sailing ship, it has no sails. And you get closer. You guys are now 500 feet. You're now 400 feet. You're now 300 feet.
Yeah, they're kind of boats.
Oh yeah, Charlie, don't forget about your weapons, on the bastard.
Yep.
I don't remember
Yeah.
the ranges on those. Okay, I'm sure you're on top of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Wait, the king is still on there.
Samara's roll perception check for me now that we get to 300 feet.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Let me just show you the ship.
I'm currently positioned on the prow.
Do you want to take one of the ballistas? You shoot up to 180 feet. Or up to 540 feet, but 180 normal.
You
540
see a
long.
strange shaped ship, and you see figures all over it. It almost, the point of it, I think I'll go ahead and show you guys the map. Obviously, this is like the battle map if you guys are engaging with it, but you're getting closer, and I think Samara should be able to call out all these details of the Nat 20 as you're getting closer and closer and closer. So here we go. Bam. Oops. Did I do that right? New map who dis. You might have to back up a little bit. It's a pretty big map because bastard life.
Alright.
Whoa. It's like a squid.
Yeah, it has a very
It's a
squid-like
squid.
appearance. And in the middle, you see a very large humanoid that appears to be
Oh, no.
chained to the center of the deck. But you see lots of figures scrambling around on the deck.
Well, that makes it a little easier. I guess we don't have to cast invisibility or sneak in.
So
Found him.
300 feet. 200 feet.
Are we like
Mercy.
over them or like tailing?
You're tailing them.
Hailing.
How many feet do you want to be
All
off
right.
the surface of the water, Kalen?
I would say about maybe
Keep
100
us
feet.
more above them.
Can be 100 feet up.
All right.
Change of plans, Samaris. I don't think we need to search the bowels of the ship for the giant king.
I think we got it.
I think we
I was
got it.
excited for a nice little dip, but
I was too.
Do you want the horseback?
after.
Oh,
Yep,
Yeah,
y'all went overboard.
Oh dear.
I've got an alternative plan. She's gonna put on her cool new mask.
Everyone get on the catapult.
Oh, God.
I'll meet you down.
Yes, please. I will take my horse back.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Halo, load me in!
You could just sit in there.
Puts on his goggles.
I thought I put something that would be in it. I think I was originally putting it into the map, but I don't think I ever finalized it. I like to imagine the catapults on the front.
Mm-hmm.
So feel free to get your tokens, and you guys are 200 feet out. Start getting position. Edging closer, closer, closer. You're now hitting 100 feet.
I summon Trixie.
All right, Trixie. Let me track down her token because I know we have that on another map.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure so.
I am also going to, for the first time, use my action to summon, to use the Mask of Orgulon. Yeah. Orlgon, and I'm going to summon a spirit of a black dragon wormling.
I don't think we ever got a token for you.
This is the first time I'm using it.
I'm just tossing this in here for speed, but you get Queen Tiger, which is the first token I see that's an animal.
Yeah.
All right, so you have your wormling also. All right, we're at 100 feet.
All right, Gordon, you want to get on a ballista?
Oh no, I'm jumping.
Do a shot and then jump.
Oh yeah, I guess I could do that. Yeah, okay. Why not?
Well,
And,
I'm going to just take a moment to explain mechanics of the weapons. Warden, you definitely can hop in and take part in the fun. So what Charlie and will be managing with the bastard, you see I actually have 3 tokens down there. He has 2 weapons. One's a mangonel and one's a ballista. And then there's the werewolf launcher. But he needs at least, I'm pretty sure they're both 3 crew members. So what kind of is technically happening every time it's going to be the bastard's turn is there's 3 crew are going to be 1 loads, 1 aims, 1 fires. They're using their actions to do those things, right? So like, again, right now I'm not that worried about it, Warden. But Caleb, the biggest thing for you to remember is like, since they are a part of the action, they can be targeted and they can be destroyed. So just, I don't want to surprise you with that, but you would know that mechanically. Yep. Okay. But Warden, you 100% get it on there, and like as they load it up, aim it, or you aim it, give them directions, whatever you want to do.
I don't think that's really his mojo. I think he'd rather jump off.
Okay.
Do you not want to get on the catapult?
I don't know how to use a catapult. It's not. It's fine. I'm better like this.
You don't have to know how to use it.
Archie's
just sit
already
in it.
Yeah, he's like,
the cat. Yeah.
You just come over here, you sit in it, and then you pull this lever like this.
I'm gonna watch this first.
All right, roll it. Well, yeah, roll d20. Let's do an attack roll.
I'm gonna watch this before I get in that.
Hear that's beautiful. You hear Caleb explaining like, yeah, just like this, and you're just eagerly waiting, and then just yeet.
Oh yeah, 26.
I'm never changing your name back from Susan, by the way.
No, please don't. Please don't.
I was still calling you Susan even when you weren't here. 26. So you hit the target just fine, 100-foot range. So I'm just going to start moving tokens kind of like, all right, you make it. So you make it to the back of the ship right here, Archie. Boop. All right. We're at 100 feet. A catapult goes off. You're starting to edge a little bit closer. Now 90 feet.
I'm just going to jump. Good luck.
I'm going to.
Yep, and he's going to take a big run up and jump off.
We're at 90 feet. This is where you want to jump off at.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You jump into the water 90 feet away. Cool. I'm going to drop you in and do a measuring tool.
Sorry. While I was falling, can I have drink and a potion of speed?
You could have done that beforehand. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, how fast is the ship moving? Can you catch up to it while swimming?
Oh, yeah. I have a ring of swimming.
Okay.
But I just also want to fuck people up.
Oh, potion speed. Okay, gotcha.
All right, so we're 90 feet out. You guys watch Warden just jump 100 feet. Fortunately, a slow fall.
I can run on water anyway. I don't need
the one time you can actually really use that, right? Yeah, so you just So I love this idea of the bastard. You see Artie go flying out, and then you see Warden just elegantly, like softly, just hop off, and you're like, got that little bit of speed with you as you're floating, and then as you hit the ground, you just hit the ground running, and then now there's a fucking tabaxi running across the open water of the ocean, waves. You're just running up and down with the movement. All right, so we're at 90 feet. Anybody else want to do anything right now?
Anybody else want to get on the catapult?
I mount Oregon and start him, bring him essentially to the edge of the...
You can move that token too if you want to position it.
Yeah, bringing him right to the edge. I'm mounted on top, and as soon as we reach 60 feet, I'm going to have him spring off and...
So you're waiting till 60? Okay.
Yep.
Anybody want to do anything before we get to 60 then?
Yeah, Hiromi they did Akumu, but they did their giant form, and Akumu would offer to fly Ishka over there.
Just don't want to catapult?
Poor Caleb.
I'm pretty sure Archie's the only crazy motherfucker to do
Ishka,
that.
you're muted. Are you still hanging in there with us? I know we're getting late. Lauren Ishka.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say she will for now, and then of course, because timing, she can always change that. So we'll just assume for the moment that you'll carry her.
Okay.
Harsh Nag comes up to you, Caleb. Load me in.
Yeah.
Wait, can't
Fucking.
he fit?
Barely.
How the hell can this go? Oh my god.
Keep talking. I'll make it a disadvantage roll. I'm doing this for funsies.
I'm just saying, it's such a funny fucking. Oh my god.
He
He's
goes,
gonna fucking sink the ship.
Or she fucking scrambles out of the way.
the magical reinforcements that like coats the humanoid body from Caleb's artifice and skill, it like cushions the blow, but there is still enough of the weight to just like crunch the back of the ship, and the members of the crew are starting to come up to the rear of the ship, and they're looking over, preparing for battle. All right, so that's 80 feet. He gets shot on there. Samaris, you're up there ready to ride. Anything else before 60? All right, so we hit 60 feet, and then this is what you wanted to start flying out, Lorelai?
Yep, so are we 60 feet from the very, very, very back where there's like no people?
Yeah, I'm doing the very tip. Doing the tip.
Okay, I'm gonna wait then until we're 60 feet.
From
I'm gonna wait till
people.
we're here.
Okay, you want to be 60 feet from people. Yeah, so we're getting much closer then. Okay.
Mhm.
So anybody else want to do anything before we get to 60 feet from people?
No, I think Hiromi and Ishka were just, she was trying to aim them both on the ship.
Well, I think Kalen's gonna stick on the ship, doing the orders to fire the ballista at anything that's like not near the crew. That's gonna be dangerous.
But don't sink the ship either, because the king was fucking drowned.
Put one of the fucking cloaks on him.
Excellent. So 60 feet, we hit that, right? And our new mounted, our little dragon, our flaming nightmare. You guys are two steeds. You guys begin to move. Like, don't move tokens. We're going to be freezing frame here as all the action begins to break out. And like, this is where we'd be rolling initiative, right? So all this activity starts to happen and move. And suddenly, in all of your minds, you do hear the voice that, Lorelai, you recognize it as a telepathic voice, moves into all of your minds.
I've been waiting.
Oh.
And from the ocean itself, you see a big visage,
No.
shadow under the water, pass beneath the ship. Huge, bigger than an adult dragon. You see tentacles behind it.
No.
First thought that comes to your mind is a kraken. But more terrifyingly than that is as the form rises and breaks the surface, it keeps going. It's a kraken that's flying.
No.
And that's where we'll end.
Oh God.
Oh no, a kraken.
You just gave me a reason to use my potion of flying.
Uh-huh.
That's all you've
Who
done.
would have guessed?
I know. Who would have guessed? Yeah. Surprise. I'm just
Surprise!
excited.
It's a kraken.
But
So
would
it's a
you have
flying
guessed flying kraken?
Yeah.
That's not just a kraken. That is the
Oh
kraken.
boy.
Yeah. I will say, like, this is a scary dude. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This is a proper boss fight. This is one of the climactic fights of Storm King Thunder, so definitely buckle in for next time. He's more than just a kraken, 100%. I mean, they're already scary.
Oh boy.
Great.
Yeah, no,
So-
he looks scary. He looks like fucking Beardsley on crack.
Beardsley on crack.
He does.
I was thinking about Slinker. I was like, man, I forgot about Beardsley. It'd be so funny if you had like an aquarium with both Beardsley and Slinker in it. They're little pets. You're accumulating little pets. Excellent. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Ladies and friends, GG's. Lauren Ishka, are you alive? I see you're unmuted.
Yeah. I'm like trying to stay awake.
Yeah.
I apologize.
There's a flying kraken, and you guys are about to fight it next time.
Yeah.
Kumu
Got that.
has got a hold of you and we're flying, so you gotta ride.
All right. GG's. See you guys next week.
Make it
I hope these are deck saves and not strength saves. Okay, good night.